at the finale of the last season, with our heroes, Gerald and Rosemary, delivered their brilliant performance at the High Theater, a true spectacle to behold that blew the nobility away. During the performance, however, something strange happened with Jadir. Time stopped for him momentarily, and he saw his Rakshasa lord moving to devour the king and queen before reality collapsed on itself momentarily before he awoke from it, standing in the aisle as the audience applauded and no Rakshasa was to be seen. Following this, Gerald and Jadir spoke for a while before retiring for the night. Jadir spoke with his brother, Radzvir, who felt he had Franchester under his thumb now. Gerald put the demon jester mask on and went into a dream following a human woman and a halfling child. The next day, they had breakfast with Sir Francis and his daughter and spoke of potentially constructing a theater, a district in the main city. The last session ended as they returned to Franchester's alternate personality, their end of the bargain delivered as promised. Franchester took them down to his secret chamber. Mossy green lanterns littered the room, hanging from the ceiling, placed on desks covered in papers and books. A pentagram is drawn on the floor with pedestals at each point on the star, all currently empty. Franchester relaxed into a soft chair and says to the two of you, "Now, you have held up your end of the bargain, and so I shall as well." He leans forward. "Now, how may I help you?"
Jadir's a little impatient, but he's nonetheless going to take a step a little bit to the side and sort of invite Gerald as well into the moment a little bit.
Fine.
Tell us what you know of the mask of the Jester Tagal.
Well, yes, it would actually be quite nice knowing what this thing is, even.
Oh, wait, okay. I told this to you guys at some point. Now I have to find my notes again real quick on it. I have to find... I'll just control F.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay, here we go.
Here we go. My soul.
Alright. This is a mask of Jester Tagal. Jester Tagal was once a beloved jester of the old King Bartholomew of Egeria. Tagal was the greatest showman in all the land, with the tongue of Erebus and the wit of Arazine. His performance skills were so legendary that he caught the attention of the Grand Devil himself, Asmodeus. Asmodeus sent his most persuasive succubus to coax Tagal into serving him rather than King Bartholomew. But in that battle of tongues, Tagal outsmarted the succubus and beat it at its own game, tricking the succubus into creating a contract that, through an unforeseen loophole, gave Tagal the power to set off a chain reaction, creating a case that rose to the highest court in all of the 9 hells. Forced to uphold the contract to the letter, the courts granted Tagal the power of an archdevil. Outrage! Asmodeus banished Tagal from the 9 hells. Who knows where he lies now?
All right. But we remember that information from the last time. My question is, what is the mask? What does it do? Because it seems to be very picky, if you may. It has friendly moments, but otherwise it's quite picky.
Does it speak to you? Does it have a personality?
Well, So the best way I can say this is, well, you know that when you have that roommate that at first you don't like, but then you kind of end up, just dealing with, and then eventually you become friends after like 2 years of being together?
Can't say I'm familiar with that particular process.
You should. You kind of like has a moment of like, you what? Never mind. Anyways, but yeah, it kind of feels like he's grown on me, or it. I don't know why I thought he, but anyway. But other than that, it's more of a... He's doesn't seem to be doing any harm to me at this point.
Well, can't say I'm an expert on demon jester masks, but...
Also, it showed me a vision last time. Or dream.
A vision?
Oh, yes. We talked about this briefly, but it showed me like a little cottage and a girl, if I remember. I need to now take my notes because I'm so focused on eating. I am so sorry. I'm really hungry, alright?
It's okay.
It's a human child and a human woman, a halfling child. Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I wrote it down, but I hadn't brought up my sheet yet. But yeah, a human. Did you say human woman?
Human woman, halfling child.
Yeah, it was a human woman and a halfling child, from what I remember. My memory is a bit iffy on that one, but otherwise, just seemed like a pleasant dream. But I do remember the last thing before having that dream was putting on a mask.
Interesting. Can I see the mask?
And he's like, well, yes, certainly. And he kind of opens, and you can now see, like, that where the mask is kept, it's made, like, strangely homely. Like, here you go.
He looks for a prolonged second at the bag before looking back down at the mask.
Look, I can't shake the feeling that it's like a roommate, and I should at least try to treat it nicely.
It's like the process that you mentioned.
Yes. It's like at first I hated it, then I just dealt with it, and now it's kind of becoming a weird friendship that I don't understand.
Well, the markings on the forehead would indicate it's part of some sort of set, but I can't tell much more of it than that.
How does a marking tell you that?
Well, you can see, and as he puts his finger on the forehead of the mask, these symbols are a manifestation of the magical energies that are crafted during a particular kind of split, some sort of set created from this magic. And he looks at it closer, and it's strange. He goes into this kind of state where he's observing the mask for like 30 seconds of silence pass, and he's just like looking at the mask. He seems to be in deep thought.
He kind of leans next to Jadira, and he's like, should we say something, or...
I think this is very much like with the curtains. I think we need to change the subject, or we might get stuck.
Wait, I kind of want to see how long he can get stuck in that. Also, give him about 10 minutes. If he's still stuck in 10 minutes, and he looks super serious, let's try to fuck with him after 10 minutes.
No, we're this close to getting what we want. Can't have him pissed at us.
Oh, don't worry, it's just like the Weasel Lake.
No. When we're done, maybe.
Alright, when we're done, I'll try to give him something that he's going to be intrigued at, and you count down. After 10 minutes, we'll see if he's still... Oh.
It's part of a set imbued with an attribute.
How long was that?
That's what the symbols mean.
He counted really quickly. How long was that? I wasn't counting.
Solid, 50, 60 seconds.
Ah, damn it. And like, damn it. I was least suspecting 5 minutes.
All right. Well, it doesn't seem like the mask is of much value, at least in connection to my current problem.
Yes.
Probably.
We should most likely move to his situation, as that is a bit more important than the mask. He kind of like does the double.
Well,
Yeah.
Jadir. What do you want?
I understand nothing about it. I want to know what it is, and I want to know how to get it out.
Well, as promised, I'll see what I can do about this thing you have in you. Take your shirt off, if you will.
This is a little bit weirded out, but Jadir will take off his vest and then his shirt.
Okay, I'm sorry, Jadir, but as Gerald does that, Jadir makes it as uncomfortable as possible and starts slow clapping and mouthing, "Take it off, do it."
Franchester is nodding his head. As you remove your garments, you can see a familiar stain on your chest. Within the radius of like about a frisbee, these polygonal black lines etched across your skin like tiny veins. You've seen them before looking in mirrors over the time you spent with this artifact in your chest. It's been an oscillating behavior of the implant. Very, very interesting. I haven't seen this particular pattern of energy branding before.
Jadir, you should
Right,
maybe-
so what is it?
The thing in your chest? Well, I'm not
Yeah.
how am I supposed to tell just based off of your thing? We're gonna have to cut you open.
He kind of looks, Jadir, maybe.
And
this
he
would
looks
be-
over to a rack of very sharp tools.
Finn's eyes as you say that.
Open?
It just goes from.
Oh, he looks at Gerald, and winks and then looks back at you and says, "Not that far open. Just a little bit."
Like a little bit, or
Like
a little
like
bit, little
like
bit?
a little bit.
Jadir, this might be a very good time to tell him what happened during, the thing with the king and stuff.
Just in a bit. Remember the last time we had a conversation like this with Franchester? We had a deal we made. Still applies, right?
Well,
What?
I think it should.
This was between Jadir and Gerald. No one remembers. It's fine.
Mate, I have been so occupied doing things. Like, it's literally, like, the only thing that I've been productive in is meeting, like, all my family.
The agreement was if you get fucked up and die, you would kill.
Oh, yeah.
Vader.
Oh, yeah. And he's like, oh, yes, that. No, yes, I do remember that. And he kind of just looks in his kind of pats his pocket. Yes, it's there.
All right. Like now, or do I have to make an appointment or something?
Oh, we can do it right now.
Well, at least I will tell you that you definitely provide quick service. That's definitely something you do.
I'm the best.
Yes. Shall we get started?
Oh, yes.
I'm just really quickly gonna look at my spells before this continues. just as a backup at this point. Please tell me. Oh God, I only have cure wounds and healing. My only two.
Did
Let's-
we actually get the full stuff from our level up?
You guys are at level 5.
Yeah, so do we have the full assortment? Because at that point, Gerald should have everything.
Oh my God! Wait, fuck! I didn't level up. I thought I saved. I
Don't
didn't
worry
save.
about it. I'm sure you won't go into combat or like have some giant Cthulhu monster come out of the floor.
Okay,
That
I am
wouldn't
quickly
happen.
going to. I'm just gonna level up. You know, just crazy thought here, but I'm just gonna level up.
If you
really
guys,
quick.
if you guys want to take a pre-session 5-minute break to level up, I will allow that.
I think he leveled up.
No, I'm done. I think in universe, what happens is that the procedure is so gruesome. Gerald just kind of like zones out, like, don't think about that. Don't think about that. Think happy song.
The procedure has yet to begin.
Oh God! Oh, I get third level spells.
I
That's
I
nice.
have a thick cutscene for you guys.
Don't worry,
no.
Jadir. Just in case I can speak to the dead. Don't worry, buddy.
That's comforting.
No, I'm not gonna get to speak to the dead. Oh, tiny hut would actually be
Jadir,
nice, wouldn't it?
Jadir is 100% ready to hop on in. If David, you want to start your cutscene, or if you want to take 5 minutes.
Well,
to level up.
is there? We should probably do the surgery last, in case Jadir goes to a better place.
Well,
Any
I
other
can-
questions?
Oh yes, my one of my last questions, and I know my friend is very concerned about this one, but it is one of the reasons why I'm traveling. He kind of looks at Jerry. You're not going to judge me, are you?
No.
Quite likely.
Well, I was expecting that. Anyways,
I won't
So-
say anything about it.
okay, that is good. So, as we talked about, how does one bring, well, a devil permanently in the world and not with the ties of the 9 hells?
Are you asking, can a devil survive outside of hell?
Permanently, yes, without any ties to, the bigger devils. I have yet to know what the bigger devils' name are.
Well, obviously. That's how they get souls in the first place. Now, if a powerful overseer wanted them dead for betrayal, they'd just enter the material plane and hunt them down. And kill them. If you're looking to free a devil from the loop of servitude to gain power, you're in for a rude awakening.
I see. So, So let's say there is this one devil that is in a servitude, and I really wanted it to just not be tied to that world anymore. And let's say that that devil itself also did not want to be tied to that anymore.
Well,
What would one?
legally speaking, you'd have to bargain with her master and buy her freedom somehow. It's
He
just
kind of puts his hand. What if? And hear me out on this. What if that one didn't exist anymore?
oh, sure. Alternatively, you could kill her master, or if she's willing, just flee the 9 hells with the certainty of being hunted down.
I like the killing part, which is quite bizarre. Why am I
That is
like?
a terrible idea. You will die. Sorry. That is a wonderful idea. You will die.
Well, I'm not stupid. I know I'm not the smartest, but something tells me
He
that
looks
you're
at
not
you,
telling
Jadir,
me.
and goes,
Jadir's kind of
Thank
like
you.
splayed out, kind of waiting for things to happen.
it's just like you're laying down on the
Okay.
surgery table.
Just tell me what happens if you permanently kill a devil.
I mean, they die.
Yes, but what is the consequence of that?
They no longer exist.
Okay,
Earlier
you said that.
mentioned that, well, this Jester Tagal had gained the servitude of a devil through legal loopholes. Could something like that happen with mortals?
Well, Jester Tagal didn't gain the servitude of anyone. He just gained the powers of an archdevil.
You kind of looked at
Theoretic.
you're not like saying that I tried to make a loophole to become an archdevil just so I can. That is.
Tagal was a man of legendary wit and intelligence. I don't think any of us would be capable
Yes.
of. There's a reason why the Nine Hells are so legally bound. It's not easy. It's been, the legal system hasn't been in place for many millions of years. There's been a lot of loopholes that have been patched up. You could try, I suppose, but
But
that has its own risks.
just a thing. If I can't talk my way out of that one, you said that it was a horrible idea to kill a devil permanently. Can you tell me why?
Well, someone who is in charge of another devil is probably a really powerful devil.
Oh, that's all?
And
All right.
you're
Don't worry.
very
Don't worry.
strong and powerful.
No,
and could
no.
definitely do it. You should do it.
He kind of looks at him. I would prefer if you
It'll
would
be easy.
He kind of looks at him. I would prefer if you would be honest. But anyway, so you might want to work on the not truth face.
Just a thought.
I don't think he understands sarcasm.
Oh, that's sarcasm.
It is.
Have you run into this issue before, Jadir?
Jadir's just like dying on the inside.
No, trust me. Yes, I don't know
never.
why, but I never understand sarcasm for whatever reason. Except for a selected few times when I do get it.
Well, do devils have ownership and privileges and rights and belongings and whatnot?
Sure.
But what happens to their possession, so to speak, when they die? Are they transferred?
Okay, so how it works, right? So the devil hierarchy is basically like a giant pyramid, okay? And so on each layer of hells, there's their own pyramid. And so at the bottom, you have all the shitty devils, like imps and shit. And then above that, you have like slightly bigger imps. And the imps get bigger and bigger until at the very top, there is just a giant imp that rules everything. That's basically the idea. But if you kill like the level 5 imp, you get all the imps underneath that imp.
Kind of thinks for a moment. No, still a bad idea. But anyways.
And all of the imp things. Well, the imp of the things of the imp that you killed.
Yes, but that kind of brings me to another question, since apparently I'm going to have to gain power.
Also, murder is illegal.
Oh, wow, that is actually very productive of them. You would not think the devils would have that.
Why would they not have that?
Oh, well, since all the people show them as these ravenous beings of...
No, then that's demons. They would be no different from demons.
He kind of looked. I know, but what I'm saying is what we learn from the non-professionals is that devils and demons are just these horrifying things that will kill and lie without a dismay. Well, the
Are
lying
people
part.
telling you that devils and demons are like basically the same thing?
Oh yes. What do you think?
Oh
people think?
my fucking god! Gerald! Who told you this?
Do you understand what religious people say? You know then, right?
Ugh!
Have you ever tried going to a
The
church and just
nerve
wondered?
on some people.
I know, right?
Oh, let me educate you, swine. So,
I'm well aware of the difference. I'm just saying, from what other people say, you would think that the system itself would be a bit more lethal. But on the side note, it is quite interesting to know that murder is illegal there. Does it apply to all beings or just devils?
I don't know. Does murder apply to all beings in the overworld?
Well, technically, yes and no.
I mean, you could probably get away with it if you were smart and sneaky.
Well, of
Except
course.
you can't exactly be smart and sneaky about a high-ranking devil assassination because people would find out.
Well, of course. But that's the thing that I'm thinking about is like, well, if the devils have such complicated law system, we can always say, oh, murder is illegal. And if we know that it means, like, they never said specifically one or two things, that means we could literally spend time in hell and they can't really do anything. Because murder is illegal.
Sure, you can go to hell. People aren't just gonna kill you if you go to hell.
That is actually very nice to know, isn't it?
The abyss, on the other hand. Woo.
Okay, I'm only, like, let me put it this way. I only have slight beginner knowledge of devils and demons. The abyss is completely out of my range. What is the abyss?
A bad place that you should definitely go. There's lots of so when you go to the abyss. Okay, so you get to the abyss, and when you come out of the abyss portal, there will be a big pile of treasure and candy, and you can take as much as you want.
He kind of looks at the deer. He just kind of looks at the deer and just like, I prefer your sarcasm. It's harder to detect.
Desperate to change the subject, Jadir kind of points at his chest. It's like, so about these lines, they're not always like this. Sometimes they change. I had a moment earlier, yesterday. Time stopped.
Time stopped.
Time for everyone except me.
Ooh. That would
And
suggest.
also a Rakshasa that was there.
What? Is there a Rakshasa in the city? Just between you and me, I've had an inkling that there was something spooky here. I'm getting high energy readings on my spookometer. And he pulls out like a stick. And he starts like waving it back and forth like this. Oh, spook.
All right. Is there any reason why they would change? Does it matter that it's here?
The spookometer?
No, the lines.
Oh! And he puts the spookometer back in his pocket. Well, it would indicate... are you familiar with energy branding?
No.
So energy branding occurs when an internalized magical object is overloading the body with energy. These black lines right here are your body's way of breathing out excess magic.
Hey, that's only minorly terrifying.
I'm sure it's fine. It probably won't kill you, and it might take 5 or 6 years off your life, but from what I can tell, it's nothing imminently lethal. But what would be bad is if, like, your entire body was covered in these lines, and then that still wasn't enough.
All right, then.
The fact that these lines aren't encompassing your entire body means you're able to properly breathe out the excess energy.
So if I start suffocating, so to speak, what happens then?
Well, then you would die. Because you're suffocating.
God, I both hate him and love him. He's such an asshole.
So about that procedure.
Oh!
Why do you need to do it?
Why do I need to do it? Well, obviously something could be very dangerous inside you, and you say you've been having bad experiences with it, and you don't want it in you, and there's like a Rakshasa, and there's time stops. It sounds pretty unstable, I'm gonna be honest.
So do you, if I'm a little bit honest. So, I just want to know, what are you planning on doing?
And as he pulls on a set of leather gloves that are kind of stained with dried blood, I am a qualified surgeon.
All right, well, what is the purpose of your procedure?
To remove/identify your artifact.
Lying down on the table, shirtless Jadir will like look at Gerald and like,
That's the spirit.
A quick question.
Now, just as you're saying, quick question, he's like bringing together like leather restraints across Jadir's wrists, binding him to the table.
Wouldn't there be a possibility that trying to remove it would either A, bring him immense pain, or B, kill him?
No.
that was sarcasm.
I am fully aware of that.
I have sedative, and he walks over to a rack of small vials, and he pulls out a small vial of blue liquid, and he brings it over to you. If you drink this, you'll go to Happy Land, and that when you wake up, everything will be better.
Is it delirium?
It is not delirium netherbite.
Oh my god.
Do you have any idea what it is then?
Make a intelligence roll. You can make a history check.
All right.
My history isn't the greatest.
3.
3. Yeah. This might be delirium netherbite. Might not be. You're not really sure, but something about it seems unfamiliar.
May I roll one as well?
You may.
Does a 16 count? I got a 15 plus 1.
It appears to be some form of sedative, although you can't exactly identify the family or just based on first glance.
All right. At this point, my wrists are restrained, so
That's the spirit.
Just open your mouth, Jaddy. Here comes the horse cart.
Like a
I'm-
child, I will stick out my tongue.
I'm just looking at this, and he's just going, "Oh, little Jaddy, you are in a very compromising position."
And then he pours it down and he's like, "Sweet dreams." And he waves you goodbye as you feel woozy and dizzy, and the
as he's-
world.
As he's falling asleep, can I just really quickly say, by the way, I'm never letting you live this down. As he's falling asleep.
All right, Shadir, you go into unconsciousness and are whisked away into Happy Land.
So, anyways, I'm going to prepare Speak to the Dead.
All right.
No, I'm just joking. I haven't chosen a spell yet.
All right, Gerald. You watch
Yeah.
as Francesca gives you a grin and then walks over and pushes over a small table and brings over several sets of tools: scalpels, knives, saws, pliers, tweezers, hooks, and many more tools, all stained from use on other creatures. He brings over 4 wooden pillars, a bit taller than the top of the table, and sets them into slots within the floor. Jadir's shirtless body lays sprawled out, unconscious, across the table.
Can I kind of just look at the tools and just go, can I please just clean them with a quick spell? Please.
I would argue that it would be metagaming to say that things would be, that unclean things carry germs. I don't think germs are a thing in D&D.
That sounds fair enough.
Would doctors or any kind of medical, like any kind of herbalist or anything, just, I need to cut you up. Spit.
Probably somewhere. Let's get some intense music.
You know
Let's
what?
get some
You know what?
intense
I will
music.
go with it. I will go with it. Gerald is uneducated, so we'll just go that he doesn't know.
All right,
But my
sweet.
friend is about to get cut up, so that's why I'm like, If you get any goblin sexual diseases, you can't blame me.
Goblin sext. You have goblin herpes. Congratulations.
Lovely.
I tried to stop it. I tried.
All right. So, if everything is... The playlist does not exist. What? What? Hold on.
Wait, how long does calm emotions work?
Is this private? Ah, there we go. There we go. All right. Francesca eagerly picks up a large knife and brings it down onto Jadir's chest. The knife blade slowly sinks into the flesh, and as it does, thick red blood spills out like an overflowing sink, dripping down the sides of his torso and pooling onto the table by his side. Francesca steadily eases the blade back and forth until a 6-inch slit in length is cut down the center of Jadir's chest. Francesca grabs a large fish hook attached to a rope and hooks it into the top right corner of the incision. He walks it over to the pillar and lashes the rope around it such that the force of tension pulls open the laceration. 4 more meat hooks are inserted into the corners of that incision until his chest, leaking out crimson red fluid onto the table and now onto the floor as well, is pulled wide open with flaps of skin and muscle like wings. Inside the gaping cavity, his breastbone is now exposed. The bones are stained black and fade to white as they leave the center of his chest. Gerald, dear, pass me the bone saw, would you? And he holds out a hand.
It just kind of goes, you know what? I'm not even surprised anymore. And he's just looking at this and going like, well, at least you're very creative with your tool usage. I'll give you that. Although disturbing. As he's like handing him every now and then tool. It's like, I've been demoted to a nurse. Oh, what? Did my camera stop?
The camera froze, but the intensity continues regardless. All right, you hand Franchester the bone saw, which he holds in his hand, and begins to saw the breastbone until a full chunk has been cut away, revealing Jadir's beating heart. The pumping muscle is entirely black, and embedded into the flesh of the heart, you see, Gerald, a glowing purple shard, only about the size of a quarter of a pencil. The heart pulses with black energy. There you are, you little rascal! Franchester takes a pair of tweezers in his hand and reaches forward into the hole carved into Jadir. The closer the metal gets to the shard, the faster the heart beats. Inches away from the artifact, Jadir's heart is beating well over 200 BPM. Blood is spilling out from his muscles in his chest with the same pulsing BPM, like a pumping water gun. Blood is spilling out from his muscles in his chest, and it's just like getting all over the table and the floor.
How much blood do you have, Jadir? Jesus. Excess blood? Much?
Gotcha! Franchester says as his steady hands close in on the shard. The instant the metal makes contact, a burst of purple energy shoots out of Jadir's chest, like a geyser made out of fire. In this instant, Gerald, you watch as both Franchester and Jadir vanish within a second, like 1,000 paintbrushes stroking paint across a wet canvas, smearing them away into nothing.
So I'm just stood here alone, and he just goes, well, if he's dead, I guess, kind of looks around, kind of like kicks a tool off the ground, just like, any minute now.
Jadir, you regain consciousness, drifting through a black void. Colorful nebulas and stars surround you like a painting made of liquid acting as a gas, filling up imaginary walls within a container that doesn't exist. Franchester is drifting next to you, spattered in blood. At first you feel nothing, and then look down to see a 6-inch bloody incision down the center of your chest. Blood slowly leaks out from your chest in zero gravity, dripping upwards with the momentum it was pumped out with, and forming thick, streaming spheres. The worst pain you've ever felt in your life immediately ensues.
Are the pillars still at my side?
No. You are drifting through the cosmos.
I think Jadir just leans back. Don't look down, don't look down. Just grasping onto the table.
The table's gone too. The table's not here. You are literally like the two living
squeezing my legs at that point.
Can I just say I fully fucking expected this?
I certainly wasn't.
But you're not here. You're not here, Gerald. Jadir, you're alone with Franchester.
I know. I'm just like alone in this dungeon. Just like, so this is not nice.
Hold on, Jadir. He's looking at your face, just like, and you're like, calm yourself. Panic will elevate your heart rate, and you'll bleed out even faster and die sooner.
There's just no reaction from Jadir. He continues to squeeze his fucking legs in pain.
he starts like rifling through his pockets, throwing out like different things. You see like he chucks a bloody scalpel still in his coat pocket out into the abyss and begins moving backward with a proportionate momentum. He's like, shit! And he's like kicking and moving his arms as if to swim through molasses as he moves back towards you.
Oh my God.
Still digging his pockets in his arms. He's like, and he like pulls out like a roll of like duct tape, and like just
Duct
puts
tape?
it on your a medical
Duct
tape,
tape?
medical duct tape.
Is Jadir getting flex tape?
So there's just like a seal of tape over your gaping laceration. Your bone that was cut off is currently kind of drifting past your face very slowly, like a chunk of your breastbone.
Surgeon Simulator, everybody.
He basically.
Jadir is not looking down, and he's just fixated on this bone.
The blood is like kind of pooled in these strange surface tension like droplets that just look like spheres that are just magnetically attached to the bone. He's like, Jadir, did you do this?
Through like very gritted teeth. It's like, no.
Oh, the fucking shit. Fuck. Francesca just like looking around. I think we've been transported to the astral plane. I think it's your fault. You have to fix it. Jadir, I know. I put a band-aid on it. You just need to push through and go back. Just undo.
This would be such a
I
serious
think Jadir
moment.
just like looks at his chest, sees that this is not a band-aid, and is like screamingly furious as Francesca, and attempts to cast Fireball centered on him.
Wait, do you know Fireball?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
This is just the most devastating thing that he could do.
I'm gonna make a dex save with disadvantage.
I don't know if I'm capable of doing it, but
I think you are, just by the rules of D&D. I'll say I think you are.
I've never really specified if I have an arcane focus or not. Up to you.
I'm okay with it, given the situation.
I am the focus.
If you are unsure, you can always let the dice decide whether you're able to cast it or not.
That's a 12 with disadvantage.
That's really unfortunate. It's
Oh.
35 damage.
Well, you know, we already got the information out of him. He was useless.
Oh! This massive fireball just erupts from your hands, exploding like directly in front of you, in your face. You're gonna need to
this
make
also hit me?
You're gonna need to make a dex save for your own fireball.
I'm restrained. I can't evade.
You're not restrained right now.
Yeah, because
There's no
remember-
table.
Yeah, there's no table.
Okay.
It's still with disadvantage, and this would be triple disadvantage, so it'd be disadvantage -1.
I swear to God, if all like that appears back is just cindered mess.
Well, I fail. It's 14. Okay.
So you take 35 points of fire damage, right?
Oh my!
And I'm
fucking
4.
God.
So you shoot this fireball out directly in front of you, blasting into Francesca's face, who lets out a scream. You have a new searing pain across your entire body, and the eruption of flame in front of you is so great within the physics of like being in this void. The fireball just continues to expand. Like there's no air resistance from the fireball. It just erupts. It looked like it reaches like 20 feet in diameter. Just fully encompassing both of you guys in this enormous swarm of flames. Your entire body becomes singed in black. But oh wait, you have resistance to fire damage because you're a tiefling.
Yeah, that is actually true.
Yeah.
Hey!
Hooray!
So you don't take as much of a hit, but the eruption is so large that it actually cauterizes your entire chest incision, just like black, singed flesh. You've noticed that the external pain barely even hurts anymore due to severe nerve damage. Franchester has lost all of his hair, all of his facial hair. His skin is entirely black and crispy. He looks to be barely on the verge of consciousness.
I think Jadir has closed his eyes and is leaning back. He's like, "It's working! It's working!"
So while you have taken damage, you are no longer bleeding out. And also the medical tape
lovely.
was incinerated.
Fun.
He's, fix it.
How?
And he like a broken robot arm, like the level of like shake and jank. He's like trying to reach into his clothes pocket, which has just been burned away, and as he touches it, the fabric just kind of like crumples into dust as he's trying to reach into his pocket, and he pulls out a small golden ring with 2 loops curled at the end, meant to be worn on 2 fingers. Runic symbols are carved across the surface. We should be able to get out of here with this, I think. Though I'm not sure where it will take us.
Do you want me to use it?
He's like his hand is like shaking, and he's just like has the ring like just on his fingertips, kind of like shakily reaching a hand towards you.
Fuck it, Jadir's gonna reach on out and put the rings on.
You put the ring on, and you feel that it contains a powerful magic inside of it. You attempt to harness the power, and you feel that
Immediately, yeah, just reach into it.
Yeah, you go to like you dive your mind to try and harness that magical energy, and you feel there's a wall there, something that would probably take about 30 minutes to understand and fully attune to. You're also getting very, very cold.
I'm going to take my hand, my free hand, and plunge it into my chest.
Into the cauterized wound.
Yes.
The free hand. Okay. You need to make a wisdom save to try to do this to yourself. It's like trying to bite off your own finger.
19?
19, yeah, you can do it. You plunge your hand into your chest, breaking through the skin and into your bones. You feel the blood leaking out once again, and your fingers are become coated in a thick, warm wetness. Immense pain.
I never tried doing this or anything like this before, but is there a way for me to tap into that energy?
The thing in your
somehow to
chest.
my advantage? Yeah.
Yet you feel it pumping energy. Like as you focus on it, you can feel a strong energy pumping through you, fueled by the greatest adrenaline surge you've ever felt in your life. sheer panic. Death, the Reaper, is like giving you a massage right now. Like,
Oh my god.
you have no idea how to control this energy or what to do with it, but you feel it there.
Can I use it to help attune to the ring?
You feel that some sort of time can be, as you kind of the adrenaline rush, like diving into this magic inside of you, you feel that it is somehow linked to time, although it doesn't feel like a slider that you could move forward and back. It feels more like an uncontrollable burst that you are containing within yourself, like a grenade.
Then I want to make use of that. If possible, I want to center on the feeling of how it felt when time froze before.
Are you trying to stop time?
Yes.
Okay. You focus, you drive your mind. How am I gonna do this? Make an
It's a good fucking question.
Make an intelligence saving throw. Not a saving
goody.
throw, an intelligence check.
All right. Well, I got a good roll, so naturally I need 3.
Wait,
Oh my god.
why? How'd you get a
really?
3? Wait, you said it was a good roll.
Well, I rolled an intelligence save, and then you told me to just make a flat roll. So.
Oh, poor Jadir.
Oh,
You can use the previous roll, but just minus the intelligence modifier. I think.
Have
but-
one. It was a flat 16 anyway, so I
Okay.
went from a 16 to a 3.
Okay, I'll give you the 16. I'll be benevolent.
The benevolent graces are.
You're welcome. I know
Appreciate
I'm constantly putting you into amazing situations that you are very happy with as a player because your character is very happy and doing very well. So to reward you, I'll be more kind. And you
Love
reach
the
into
goblin
the chest. You feel this. It's like you're searching through a book, flipping through the pages frantically, just looking for a single word almost. That's like the best description I can give you for trying to search through all the things that you're feeling and your brain is trying to understand as you dive into this unfamiliar source until you center on something that shoots out emotionally to you as being familiar. You're not sure exactly what it is, but you just instinctively grasp onto that and trigger it, and suddenly with this enormous flash, reality itself is caving in and unfolding and then refolding out of itself. Francesca is frozen in front of you. The nebulas are no longer shifting. You are awake.
All right. Can I recauterize that wound?
With another fireball?
I don't want to use fireball. But I mean, I could.
This is a
Firebolt
6-inch
myself?
This is a 6-inch incident. You could cast firebolt 4 times.
Goody.
I'd give you that.
Okay. Okay. Oh no. Okay. I can manage. I do it twice, and I drop very, very low.
Okay. You blam, blam.
now hold
Just
on.
2 blasts singeing. Smoke is like drifting out from your chest. You have doused yourself in flame and force to such a degree that you look like a mummy, like brought out of its wrappings.
I can't. I will go to 0 hit points if I continue doing this.
You have partially stopped the bleeding.
Lovely. Do I feel like I have half an hour to attune to that ring?
You think that in this environment, from a blood standpoint, you could probably hold out. You do feel, however, every moment you spend in here, the cold is still eating away at you.
Well, I don't feel like I have an option. What do I think the ring contains? What is it?
Make an Arcana check.
Finally proficient, and I get an 8.
It appears to be some altered version of a ring of spell storing.
How are you so unlucky?
Can I try to wake Franchester up? He is just like fully frozen.
You can try.
Then I will try to do so. I'll
Alright.
try to swim over to the guy and see if I can even manipulate him, or is he absolutely frozen?
Skin
Stuck in place.
cracking as you kind of claw your way. It's like swimming through. It would be the resistance. No, sorry, not the resistance. You have no resistance, but the progress you make by moving your arms around is as if you were swimming through molasses. It takes you like a solid 30 seconds to move the 6 feet over to Franchester, who is frozen, holding out his hand like this. His skin just coated in black, cracked. Ice is beginning to form on his eyelashes.
So he's out of the picture. I will try to attune to the flippin' ring.
All right. Time passes. The cold creeps in. After what feels like an extended period, feels like an eternity, drifting through this cosmic void, you feel yourself finally make that connection as the ice is creeping over your body. You have lost feeling in your hands, but can move them slowly.
What is the spell?
It appears to be plane shift.
Then, if Jadir is capable of focusing on Franchester's little shop on the material plane, he'll try to do that while unleashing the spell. But if not, I mean, at this point, he'll take anything.
All right, make a intelligence check to see if you can cast a spell of a higher level. Wait, is that how? Actually, let me double check this. Okay. Okay, so you can cast it. You don't need to make a check.
Yeah.
All right. You cast plane shift, and are able to concentrate on the form of Franchester as well. And the two of you instantly, this is actually not an unfamiliar sensation to you. It's almost like a overwhelming sense of deja vu as the plane melts away and you feel your form twisting between realms as the two of you like in this like flash of agony, your pupils like suddenly fully dilate, and you can feel the thick heartbeats moving up your like from your veins and the back of your neck, swallowing spit and blood. Franchester immediately vanishes before you with the cosmic infinity, and suddenly you're free falling through the darkness. Purple lines flying through your vision as you plummet, and suddenly you slam into the table, coming to consciousness. And Franchester
Is time still stopped?
breaks into the ground next to you. Time is still stopped.
Can I resume time at this point?
Make an intelligence check.
Oh boy. It's at 19.
19. What looks to be like from sheer luck, you're able to sever your mind from this pulling connection from whatever's in your chest, and suddenly the world spins to life around you. Gerald, is there anything you wanted to... They were gone for about 5 minutes. Is there
5 minutes?
5 minutes. Is there anything you would have done?
See, if they were taking longer, he would have been like, all right, cleaning maybe with precipitation. But like they weren't gone even for that.
Doing housework.
He was bored. No, think about it.
Bored?
Think about it. Think about it. It's precipitation. You just go boom, spot gone. Boom, spot back.
Kapoo!
Yeah, it's kind of like sitting somewhere and just doing that, but they weren't gone for long enough, so he's still just kind of stood there, kind of looking around. Clearly, like, if time is frozen, looks rather bored, but also concerned. I think concern would be one of the more things. It's like boredom mixed with concern. Kind of like he doesn't know what to do with himself. Because, you know, then suddenly disappearing was not really part of the plan.
So, Jadir, time spills back into motion. Franchester's charred, unconscious body lays on the ground. Your breastbone clatters to the ground, spinning around like a coin, before kind of toppling down onto the ground. The room is significantly cleaner than you left it, and Gerald is in the middle of a pew as like a blue light shoots out from his fingers, and dust kind of evaporates from one of the shelves.
And yeah, I assume like as soon as time starts, it's like full on, whoa, what the like moment.
You need some help.
Yeah, I immediately rush to him.
Deer's entire body is charred. There's still blood leaking out of his half cauterized chest.
Okay.
This is the worst condition you have ever seen your friend, and he looks like he's about to die.
Yeah, I immediately cure wounds at 3rd level.
All right.
So that would be 3d8 plus my modifier. So that is 3d8 plus 4. D8 plus 4. That would be 15 health back.
Alright, so I'm above being bloody at this point.
You feel the remaining part of your wound seal up with the light of Gerald's healing spell. Franchester lays on the ground, coated in ice and soot. His skin cracked both with cold and fire.
Yeah, as he's like doing the thing, he's like, "What the hell happened to you?"
He doesn't have any hair.
Alright, it's a long story. Can you help him as well?
Yeah, I immediately move to him and do the same thing.
I should make a death saving throw. Alright, that's
a 16 for him.
It's a fail. That's a pass. You would have had to do this. That's a fail.
Yep.
That's a pass.
He's dead, isn't he? Let's roll.
Pass.
Woo! He's gonna be so
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
pissed at you.
So
He's gonna be so
He
pissed.
lands here with 1 hit point, just literally blinking on death's door.
Yeah, I'm like going like, can you see how many fingers am I holding? Like the typical, like when someone's waking up after
It's-
like basically dying, it's like, hello?
He's
Are
just
you?
blink. What, did you heal him?
Yeah, I healed him for 16.
Okay. A restorative light washes over him, and some of the cracks in his skin kind of heal away, returning to normal, but still nowhere near perfectly fine again.
He's like, breathe in, don't worry. Shh, calm down. Breathe in, breathe out.
And he looks at you, Jadir, suddenly, with fury in his eyes. And then,
Fuck do you want?
why did you do that?
Do what?
Fireball me.
Was my best attempt? I didn't know what I was doing.
He's kind of like touching himself, like all over. Just like the fact that he's still alive, coming as a surprise to him.
Yeah. He's like, had I not healed you, you were really close. Thank God you made it by the time that you did. Both of you. Jesus. So, both of you, what the hell happened?
I don't
I don't know. I was unconscious.
He's like, you teleported, almost died, and your response is, I don't know.
I don't know
Yeah.
how I got to where I was.
He seems like genuinely a bit pissed. One of the few times he's actually like pissed openly. Do you have any idea how concerned I was for the both of you? Well, more for him. Well, yes. What do you think I was gonna do? Just stand there, like, stare at the thing? I was fucking worried.
Probably clean up a bit.
Well, yes, that helps with stress.
He already appears to be kind of like recovering himself more as he...
He's like looking, all right, so every single fucking detail to explain why the two of you showed up almost dead right in front of me.
All right, I find myself in a sea of black, surrounded by stars of some kind. Everything is thick and heavy. He tells me I have to undo things to get us back. I can't do it. I set him on fire, I set myself on fire. It's a gaping wound in my chest. He hands me a set of rings. Power to change planes for some reason. It would take forever to tune to very advanced stuff.
By
I
the
don't know what
entire
to
time,
do.
the entire time he has like his hands crossed, like genuinely pissed.
And then I stopped time
Wait,
for
what?
a bit.
And he kind of like,
Yes, the attuning to the ring take too much time. So I tried to
Wait, you
stop it
consciously stopped time.
using
You-
whatever's in me. Yeah,
You were able to control it.
to a point.
Do it again.
No.
and he kind of just looks, all right, that's his thing. You're the professor of these things. Where were you sent?
He was unconscious and then sent us to the astral plane.
You see him like close his eyes, grab the bridge of his nose, and just
Me? What?
Yes.
Why?
You.
all right.
It's your fault. You were poking around in me.
Now let's.
No, it's
make-
your fault because it's
I'm
in
just
you.
going to. I am going to word this very simply and clearly. We thought it was dangerous. At least I'm assuming that all of us thought this was going to be dangerous. I'm glad that the two of you are alive. Though you won't really be recognizable for some time. But you're alive. And you genuinely managed to piss me off in a strange way. But you're alive.
Well, are we getting closer to understanding what's going on?
Well, we certainly know more now than we did. Time stop plus 5 minutes ago.
Also, new rule, you do not touch that thing anymore. And he kind of points at its chest.
But
Which one?
I want
Uh,
to.
He points at Jadir's chest. Like, no touching that unless you do.
Should
He kind of looks at him very seriously. Do you want to die?
no.
Then don't fucking touch it, because it will also kill you and him most likely.
He touched it first.
Because- Kind of like, did I ask? And he kind of like looks, okay, Jadir, whatever put that thing in your chest clearly, as I assumed, does not want it out.
How did that get in your chest? You never told me.
I don't quite recall.
So, we're going to need something that bypasses whatever sent you guys back. I don't think dispel magic or whatever was going to work. He's like just pissed off, but tired of being pissed off. It's like, all right, you're alive. I can't be pissed at you guys for too long. You're alive. So, we establish this. No more touching the thing until we find out that there's a way around the whole teleportation thing. Because whatever put that in there clearly doesn't want it out.
What would put something in your chest? Do you have any... Can you tell me anything? Do you have any
Is this
recollection?
relevant?
Yes. Probably. Maybe.
Right. When I was younger, I was given a shard. Small purple shard was placed in my hand, and when it did, sunk into my hand. It disappeared.
But who gave it to you?
This is an important part, yes?
Very.
Her name is Evelina.
Evelina
Telsvarm.
Telsvarum. Oh, I know the Telsvarums. That's you.
Yes.
I must think about this. he retreats into another 30 seconds of just
Completely zoning
blankness.
out.
Yeah.
Gerald is probably more serious than he has been, like, openly, as he was genuinely concerned. And he's just looking at Jadir's chest and looking at the table, which is probably one of the few places that he didn't clean.
Yeah, there's still blood, like,
Yeah.
all over the... Yeah.
And he kind of looks, you could have been more careful.
It's surgery. You can't always account for random
Do you remember what I said?
things.
Do you remember what I asked before that happened? That couldn't it potentially either be lethal or dangerous to him? Turns out the only added thing was it was apparently also dangerous to you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Now, first of all, had he died, I would have lost a friend. Second of all, had you died, I would have probably lost my only contact that knows anything about what the hell is going on in my life and his. Plus, you're growing on me in a weird, freakish way. I don't have time to be
Nice.
nice. I don't. So,
I don't really know what to do.
well,
No more
yes,
surgery, I don't think.
no more surgery.
What about that? And he points at the chunk of bone on the floor.
And it kind of looks. We might try going to some religious figure one day and have that fixed. I don't know. I've heard stories that some people with religious powers can heal almost any wounds and regrow limbs and such.
Right, but
Maybe-
they're not. It's a city without temples.
I know.
Heathen
That's
would
that's why I said
recover.
one day. One day.
Ah,
Do you want to be opened
get
again?
Get it back into me.
Right now?
Come on.
Yes.
Alright, lay back down. Is he excited?
You just see Gerald just go from the super serious face to just.
He grabs the knife still covered in your like wet blood.
He's like, "Don't you touch the thing in the heart, all right?"
Fine.
I'm like, fine. I have a couple of healing spells left.
Have some more happy juice, Jadir.
And it's like,
Lovely.
as soon as the thing is done and you finish the fixing thing, I'll heal him, and hopefully that will mend things back together.
Over the next, like, 45 minutes, he tears open Jadir once again. Blood again continuing to spill out, but not as significantly as the first time, as it appears that his blood loss has reached a pretty significant level.
You're gonna look like a skeleton.
Yeah,
after this.
when the surgery is complete and the breastbone is put back into your body and kind of sealed up, you have this giant Frankenstein stitch in the center of your chest, with still these black, like, polygonal lines all around it.
Would another cure wounds help, like, patch that up?
Yes.
Okay, fine. I'll roll another one.
But cure wounds cannot replace the immense level of blood loss.
Yeah, I know. That has to happen naturally.
At this point, priority number one is find Mr. and Mr. Xian and Xiant.
Jadir,
And,
you have a
get up.
-2 to your strength score until the next session.
He gets another 16 added to his thing. That should hopefully patch the bone back if possible, and kind of close the wounds and make them a little less noticeable.
You're
So
able
I'm
to
just
do this
like reducing my strength score by 4.
by 2.
Not
a negative 2 to the modifier. You get a negative 2 to the score itself.
All right, I go to -2 strength. I have a 6.
Jazir is very weak right now.
I kind of
I wasn't
figured.
kidding when I said I was going to try to find Mr. Shand and Mr. Shant and consume liver.
Oh, you mean Mr. C End?
Oh, Ciant.
Yeah, C End.
Ciant. And find liver paste up the wazoo.
All right. Anything else you guys want to do here with Franchester?
What's the next step? What do we do? We have no idea where
That's
to
a
proceed.
Really good question. Well, it looks like you have a couple avenues. There's this whole thing with you and the thing, and then there's also the thing with him and the thing.
Look, at the moment, I know it's a future thing for me. And the mask, you know what, at this point, I'll throw it on my face as a joke. But he kind of looks...
You get a wave of pleasure through your body when you say that.
It's just he's reached the point of he is pissed, he's tired, he just wants to be done with the situation.
Oh no.
And it's just like... But what comes right now is he has to, and he kind of looks, because when you lose blood, you just kind of turn more and more pale.
You look like, from a red tiefling, you look like a pink tiefling now.
He kind of stops for a moment as
Like
he points
Pink
out, and he's
Panther.
like, he's kind of looking at him and going like, huh. You look very flamboyant, but anyways, you also look extremely unhealthy.
It's fashionable.
Yes, I've heard that seeing skin and bones is very fashionable. Because you literally look like a zombie that just came up.
Thank you.
And he just looks at all of them and just goes like, anyways... He just doesn't know what to do anymore. He's scolded the both of them, been pissed, and now he's just like, fuck this. And he's like, you two do whatever, as long as there's no more surgery, I am going to the inn.
Before you do that, I was being serious. What the do we do about this thing?
I want to rather talk about that tomorrow, as
You
this
could
whole...
go... never mind.
He's like,
No.
do you really want... He's like...
I was about to make a really perverted joke about stopping time, but then decided not to.
And he looks at him and he's like, smart move. I am going to go to sleep. You guys can continue. Just don't kill each other. And kind of like just leaves.
Second, Mr. Butterfly. Perhaps you two can do some thinking, and I can do some thinking, and then we can have a tea party about all the thinking that we've been thinking about.
He's already gone. He's just gone.
And you can bring the pie.
Suppose there'll be meat pies for a while.
Oh, because...
Alright. Thinking time. I'm going to go find me some livers.
That's the
That
spirit.
sounds so homicidal. I'm gonna find me some livers. The fresher they are, the better they are.
Well,
Uh,
I'm gonna sleep too.
Or the best saying,
I'm
the fresher
kind
they
of
are, the
tired
better
from
the taste.
performing open heart surgery twice.
all right. Well, it's been a lovely evening. Be back with pie.
I'll clean this up in the morning as he begins to climb the ladder, leaving this mess of blood and demonic, like, ritual artifacts, like, all over the room. Just, like, scattered about, tools, tables. There's, like, literally an axe on the floor.
Does he still not have hair?
No, he's completely bald.
I think both of you are bald.
You're bald, too.
Oh no! I liked my hair.
You don't realize it yet because you haven't looked in the mirror, but you look pretty fucking dumb.
Lovely. I'm going to go and try to find food and
All right.
rest.
You kind of climb up the ladder. It feels really hard to climb this ladder, which scares you. But you eventually make it to the top, kind of like almost panting and sweating. Gerald, are you still in the house?
I think at this point because generally he's very free spirited about these kind of things and just kind of like has all smile and joy. So this is one of the few moments, well, one of the rare moments where he wants to be alone, and he's just gone to the tavern. Because he has had enough of this shit for one day.
All right. Well, now we can finally take a sigh of relief, get some not spooky music. And you guys are Jadir, you come back up through the secret entrance and are sitting in the house right now. You watch Gerald kind of through the window, who seems to be walking down the hill and back towards town, or at least downtown.
All right, I want to try to find an establishment that it's like serves food or a butcher or whatever.
It's currently like 3 o'clock in the morning. Remember, you guys met Franchester in like the dead of night because yeah.
That's fine. If it's a butcher's, I will. They probably live upstairs. I will wake them up.
You hobble over to the butchery, and the door is locked.
You could have just...
The lights are off. It says, "Sorry, we're closed."
I will. There's pebbles around. I will pick them up and start throwing them at the second floor for the window shutters.
All right,
Quick question. Quick question. The tavern still serves food at this hour, right?
Yes, but
The tavern's a
Actually, that's-
long walk away.
that is you walk into the tavern. By the time 3 o'clock has rolled around, it's a weekday night. It's
Okay,
pretty
that's
empty. The bar has been shut down. It appears even taverns sleep.
Yeah. But yeah, as soon as he's like back in public, as soon as people are like able to see him, he has like his signature smile on.
Okay, you just
Where
kind
you-
of like,
Yeah. Where he's like, "Oh hi. Sorry, a bit late this time."
you bump into like a homeless guy on the way back, and you're just like saying that Nobody's out at this hour. But
No, it's like when he's
Finger
in the
guns,
tavern.
homeless guy.
No, I'm talking about when he's in the tavern and such.
okay, there
Yeah,
you
he's
go
not
into the
finger
tavern.
gunning a hobo.
You walk into the tavern. There's a couple people. Maybe there's like 2 guys passed out. The tavern is like basically completely empty. One guy kind of looks up at you and is like,
Nah,
gives a
and
very
he's like,
slow nod up.
nah, and he just like waves, smiles, and heads to his room.
All right. Eventually, after about 2 minutes passes of tinking on the shuttered windows, and you hear a very slow sliding, and then the windows open up as the pebble is still in motion, slamming into this butcher's forehead. He's Who is at my window?
A wealthy patron in need of some fucking livers.
What the fuck?
It's a long story. I'll pay you not to hear it.
He stands there contemplating for a moment, kind of sizing you up, and seeing the weakened state you're in. He comes down. You hear like as he comes down the stairs, and opens up the front door. You can see he is guarded, and has a kind of a large belt knife at the ready, should he need to draw it. How can I help you?
I want to eat lots of liver paste now.
Okay. Come in. And wait, he's like, you said you were a wealthy patron.
Jadir just like takes out his purse and just starts pouring gold coins into his hand and just like dumps them unceremoniously.
How many gold coins are you dumping out?
Jadir takes the pouch, pours it into his hand until he can't hold on to it. Several drop on the ground, and he just hands that over.
Like,
I have no idea how much that is.
Liver's coming right up. It seems that this amount of money has excitedly drawn him out of his extremely fatigued state. And now he's perked right up and goes into the back and pulls out just like livers and begins to just like carve them up. He's like, are you like a werewolf or something? Do you need me to cook them, or do you like them raw and wriggling?
A were-tiefling. A werewolf tiefling. That is amazing.
Diced and a cooked pate of sorts. Do you not cook in your spare time?
Of course I cook it. Just maybe werewolves don't like having things cooked.
You know, there's not going to be a rumor that there's a werewolf tiefling in the city.
I haven't seen a tiefling before, but I don't know, maybe you all brutally carnivorous? I assure you, human doesn't taste good.
I know.
Good.
Oh my god.
He begins dicing the liver and then looking up at you to make sure you haven't gotten any closer, and continues dicing the meat.
It's like Five Nights at Freddy's. He's like looking, looks up, the deer is closer.
Wait, he's not there anymore. He goes and puts it into a pot and begins to boil it into some sort of like soup. continuously looking over his shoulder, like every 10 seconds.
Then suddenly, as he looks away, he hears a music box.
Oh no. And about 20 minutes later, he comes out with a large pot of soup filled with diced liver. How's this?
Without a word, Jadil will start gulping it down and demands more, essentially.
Okay. Another pot of soup comes out 20 minutes later.
All right. I suppose they're 4:30 in the morning.
It's about 4:30, yeah.
At this point, I would start huddling towards the tavern.
You kind of hobble out of the... You feel so unbelievably gluttonously stuffed. You think you might throw up. But you manage to hold it in. Leaving the butcher shop behind you. This strange encounter with the tiefling werewolf. And you make it back to the tavern. Everyone's gone at this point. Even the people who were passed out on the tables have left back for their houses. You walk upstairs, enter your room. Anything else you wish to do?
And pass out, thinking of what color my wig is gonna be.
Gerald, is there anything you want to do?
I think, just out of frustration, because Gerald hasn't been this frustrated in a very long time. And as he kind of gets to his room, much earlier than our Mr. Werewolf over here, and he kind of just lays down in bed, not even bothering taking his clothes off. And he kind of just reaches to the bag. He doesn't put the mask on, but he kind of just has this kind of weird moment where he holds it, like how a kid would hold something like a teddy bear or something like that. And he's just frustrated, pissed, sad, and just genuinely having a shitty time handling his emotions.
The mask doesn't seem to be responding, but you do that in your room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eventually, the two of you guys pass out, and morning comes. You guys wake up at around 10 o'clock, just naturally, and meet up.
Before he goes down, he predigitations himself so he's clean. God, I love that spell.
Who needs showers?
No joke, predigitation is just, boom, I'm clean.
Jadir.
In stark contrast, I'm still in my blood-splattered clothing.
Oh my God.
You walk down into the tavern just covered in blood.
Yes. I mean, I didn't have an opportunity to change.
All right, so you...
I suppose what I would have done is taken off the clothing, because it is kind of suspicious as heck, and just tossed it out. So I still have my pants, but I'm
Tossed it out
shirtless.
where?
Into some alley. It doesn't matter.
Okay. You just tossed out
Completely.
the window into the alley behind the...
No.
tavern.
So on my way to the tavern, the
Didn't
night
you
before,
slept in the tavern? Oh, you...
Yeah.
That was
but,
the night
before I
before.
arrived. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because it would have looked kind of weird.
Yeah.
So I suppose I would have just tossed it out and walked to the freaking tavern shirtless.
Man walks in blood-stained shirt. I need livers.
Wait, did he think about that before going to the butcher? I really want to know, did he throw it post going to the butcher or not?
I rule that he didn't think about it before the livers, and thus he walked in
I
with blood.
don't-
Yeah.
Yes, I had one concern, and
I feel like this is going to be a new city legend.
I feel like this is just a theme with Finn's characters. They all have miserable times and become desperate for one particular thing.
I was just thinking about that. I don't understand what the fuck is it about these campaigns.
How do you end up doing that?
Completely different characters, mind you, with different priorities. And I think my biggest weakness is apparently myself.
Yes, it is. When you
I
were
think
like,
I do more damage to myself than anything else combined.
when you were doing like, oh yes, the surgery, this won't end badly.
You've done more damage to yourself than every other enemy you've ever fought combined in the entire campaign.
I'm just there. I'm just like, wait, hold a minute. Survival instinct's kicking in here for him. Wouldn't that be really dangerous and doesn't seem like a good idea? And he's like, nah, lay it on me.
Alright, so you awaken. You see Jadir walk down. There's still some blood, a little bit of blood stain on his pants, but nothing like severe. He walks down shirtless into the tavern. No one seems to really care. This is the tavern, after all.
It's a
Two
warm
of you
day.
are currently sitting at your table, sunlight streaming in through the windows. It's a hearty morning. People are very relaxed. The tavern is only slightly crowded.
Yeah. Yeah, Gerald is basically acting as you would do in front of people in general. But it is like, as he arrives, there's like this slight moment under the table where he kind of whiffs precipitation entirely over Jadir. So there's no sign of anything anymore. Like hiding it basically under the table. And he just doesn't mention it. And he's just, anyways. So, I feel like I haven't performed in a while. What do you people say? Like talking to the people.
One guy's like, "Oh, it's the floating butterfly!"
Yeah. And he's
I know
basically
that
just
guy. It's
Yeah,
Gildan.
he's basically just occupying like his mind to other stuff. And
Are you gonna
basically yeah, he's going to.
Alright.
And enchantability, of course.
Oh, your
this is just-
enthralling performance?
Yeah, you know what? Why not?
Who are you trying to enthrall?
Just any random people. Like, it's more just he's trying to do as much as he can. So enchantability, bardic inspiration on himself, which is does it increase at? No, it's still just a 1d8. All right. So I have an advantage. Oh my god, plus 10. So shift. So it is a 21 total.
Good.
I technically rolled an 11, by the way. 1d8 plus a 6, so 27.
Oh. For performance?
Yeah, for performance. That was a shitty roll, by the way.
Deliver in a performance of absurd magnitude given the situation. You play. It's like as if Van Halen just got onto like some random bar stage in like a shithole town in the Midwest. And just like started playing like just crazy, just guitar solos like all over the place. People are just like literally just jaws dropping. You don't even get an applause because people are still in shock.
By the way, had I rolled a 15, this would have been a 30.
Nice. Okay. I'm not even gonna roll saves for my like 3 people are enthralled. That was so good.
By the way, you can choose whatever consequence because he's not choosing. So
yeah, people are just the people who you have enthralled. Just look to be people who you have converted into the religion of Floating Butterfly.
Oh my god.
You're slowly becoming a one-man boy band.
Oh my.
Oh my god.
Oh my fucking. Oh, what the? Oh, come on. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, in the meantime, Jadir would steal away and go buy more clothing. This time, not just buying a single suit, but multiple ones.
So you're buying multiple pieces of fine clothing?
Yeah.
Are you just walking shirtless into the shop that you went to, like where you initially met, like Kilkaroth or whatever?
Yep.
All right. You get some strange looks, but they are not going to turn away a paying customer. How many outfits would you like to buy? I'll say 20 gold for a set of fine clothes, or 10 gold for top or bottom.
We'll go with 5 full sets.
All right.
Wow, big spender.
100 gold.
Worth. Don my fresh set of clothing and try to go purchase the makings of what I will need for a wig. Dyeing it white as well.
All right. I'll say you can use your disguise kit to make a wig. You don't need to buy stuff for it.
Oh yeah, that is a good point. Then I probably would have done that already, having the wig done.
What does your hair do? This is important.
I suppose it would be rather short cropped, slicked back. It is
Elvis?
Oh my god.
Not really, because there's no hair on the sides because of the horns and whatnot. So it's
yeah.
more of a mohawk, if anything.
That's
You gotta
pretty
make
odd.
do.
White, yeah. Jadir comes back into the tavern looking fine, like a snack.
We have to complete the boy band, do we not?
Oh my god. The 2-team boy band. But yeah, when it comes to like the tips, I just look at her and go like, "Oh no, I'm actually fine on money. You keep the tips." Like to the person, because the tip jar.
Oh, the tip. The Wait, so who are you giving the tips to?
The tavern keeper. I'm just like, no, just keep it.
Oh my god. Thank you. Just like just genuine gratitude. You are earning a lot of respect and reputation on this day.
Nah. He's just basically just trying to do either good deeds or just trying to keep himself occupied doing stuff. So he's like talking to pretty much everybody in the tavern, having a laugh, having, a thing, until Jadir, because I'm assuming 4 sets of clothes, it's going to take a while.
I mean, I wouldn't custom order them. But,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, fitting them would still take some time.
I'm assuming so, yeah. It's probably around like 2 in the afternoon or even later.
It's
by the
probably
time
like 2 o'clock. I mean, you're like a regular sized humanoid, right? You're not like particularly.
Yeah.
So you can
He's
probably
20 foot tall.
very very slight adjustments to like medium sized things would work just fine.
And the tail.
Jadir's just actually a slender man.
Yeah. Also, he has a tail, doesn't he? So they have to make a hole for the tail.
You're red, so you can't be Slenderman. I'm sorry. I'm racist.
He's a pink one.
You are still pink. Yeah.
You're gonna be
We'll
pink for a
torment
while.
more local butchers. I will be in need of livers.
All right. So you arrive back in the tavern. Gerald has just been jamming out the whole time. He's been lost in the crowd, in the performances and the giving. So you guys meet back up. It's around the afternoon.
Yeah. I would like to say that when he arrives, he's like doing acrobatics, just like some of the timers are like, "Yeah, you can't do that," and then he does it like in front of them, just like, "Oh, really?"
You can't do a flip. And he's like, a flip?
And does a double. I'll do a triple flip.
You're gonna try
just
and do,
that.
okay, you're gonna need to roll an acrobatics check for that, my friend.
You know what? I'm
going
even.
to,
This is why I love
the
enhanced
rafters.
ability again, because I still have on one left. No, two left. Sorry. So enhance ability again. Bardic inspiration again. Yes, I am fully just going to I'm trying to make Gerald just have a genuine good time for once.
All right. What's your roll?
That is a 22 total.
A
with
triple
another-
standing backflip?
Wait. And a 1d8 plus. And an 8 on the 1d8. So that's
It's a 30.
22. Yeah, so I got a 30.
Wow, you a 30 is enough to beat just about any DC for anything in the entire game. Like, you do congratulations, you are one of the first people on the face of Alavar to do a standing triple backflip.
Just
Truly,
imagine
the floating butterfly.
just imagine the most impressive acrobatics that anyone has ever done, and that's what I did.
You literally you do a standing jump and get your feet like 5 feet off the ground and do a triple backflip and then land gracefully on your feet. You make it look effortless. People are just like, at first they're in shock and then they're like, oh my god! What the fuck? And one guy just like bangs his head into one of the banisters. He's like, what? And then like people, like one guy, like everyone starts handing gold coins to this one guy who's like, I called it! I called it! I called it! Oh!
I did like a graceful bow after
He
I'm
was just
done.
like putting like coins into like this giant golden, this giant pouch, and then he starts like chugging it, and then just face plants into the table.
And he looks at the guy that was like, oh, you can't do that, and just goes like, oh, really? Can't do it, you said?
I am so sorry. Please forgive me.
Apology
I will
accepted.
never doubt you again. I will come to all of your shows forever. I have joined the religion of floating butterflyism.
Am I starting a cult accidentally?
I mean, isn't that what all boy bands are?
Oh, yeah, true. Oh, my.
I think Jadir will sort of slide on over to Gerald. Well, I'm glad you're having fun.
And he's smiling like, yes. Excuse me, fellas. My manager and best friend has arrived. And he's like,
Oh, just like everyone's just like, oh, okay. Bye, Gerald.
and he's like, you guys were excellent company. And he kind of like jumps off, assuming he did this on a table or something.
You just like do like a handspring off the back of the table and like launch yourself through the air, landing immediately like a basketball into a hoop in the chair sitting next to Jadir.
The fact that I can roll 30s on acrobatics and
There's a
performance.
27 performance followed by a 30 acrobatics. You can do whatever the fuck you want. There isn't a physics engine anymore.
Gerald has enabled no clip. Gerald has enabled
He
no
really
clip.
is, basically.
Do I get a random crowbar and I like fly through the air? No,
But
just-
throw 5 kobolds at him, And you're gonna run into some bad.
Yeah, true. Not really combat-based, am I?
Yeah.
I have good
That is very
sustainability.
concerning.
I have good sustainability, though. You can't deny that.
Can convince the king to give up the keys to his kingdom, but can barely kill a panther.
What can I
All
say?
right.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
He says as he bounds into the chair with a single handspring.
Eh.
Well, I'm feeling less dead, but still very lost.
Yes. Well, there are opportunities everywhere where we look. We'll just have to find the next one.
I'm failing to see any at the moment.
Well, sometimes opportunities have just yet to present themselves. Also, keep in mind, the world is big, and the city is big. So, who knows? We could look in this whole rebellion thing. I imagine. Like, he's saying this on the lower side. Like, we could look in that thing, and they might have some scouts, some intel on stuff.
Highly doubt it. The information we need is a little bit specialized.
Of course, but like any information at this point is good information.
I don't think they're the kind of people that you want to go asking about, like, excuse me, do you know any information about demonic artifacts?
No. We would just ask them, is there anything peculiar that you know around certain areas? Sounding more like adventurers or something like that than, you know.
You'll just get an earful about their dragon god again.
Eh. At least some god is better than no god. Wouldn't you say?
No, I say most gods are better than some gods.
Well, true. But, you know, I myself don't really know what religion I would follow. Haven't really looked into that. Been kind of busy on the other part of things, but, you know, it will happen eventually. Sooner or later, I guess.
Path to enlightenment aside,
Yes.
what do we do?
Well, one option is to wait for our different to find something. The other is to go look around ourselves. We could work on small things. We could work on building a network of information. So,
I said we should check up on Franchester, and if that doesn't bear any fruit, well, we're rather out of luck.
he kind of looked. Do you really think that? Like, I'm not trying to belittle the man, but. Well. Do you really think that he's going to find something within a single day?
Probably not.
Well, at least it's something, I guess. Look, there's always going around and searching for clues, and there might be hidden temples or something, I don't know. Wait, actually, talking about that, didn't you have a book of some sort that we found of a orcish corpse thing?
That does seem like a very, very, very dangerous and long adventure.
Well, we could
Jungle?
we could always hire mercenaries.
I find myself rather ill-dressed for the part for now.
Well, think about it like this. We could technically drag certain people in it, either paying them or favors and other such things. And all we ask is to be the ones to get the first picking on certain items, and they get the rest.
The note would still be in your saved handouts tab, if that's something you wish to investigate. I will also say, if you guys are looking for a plot hook, you can time skip.
That's not fun, is it now?
I just wanted to give you guys that as meta information.
We don't know that. We will try to be productive in our own way.
The thing is, like, I actually don't think Jadir has, like, I think he's kind of feeling bummed out about it. Like, that's like their only source of real progress, and it's been impeded for now. The encounter was decidedly lacking on information. More questions, no answers.
Wow,
Well,
that's a real bummer, Jadir.
What we could always do is hire a group of mercenaries, or, like I said, contact certain people and try to get them involved, and just ask for the first picking of any special items. Any gold or anything that's sellable would belong to them.
I don't think I'm very interested in going off on mercenary quests.
Well, it is an option. Might even bring us a couple of fame and glory.
We could talk to Rosemary. We could meet with some of the members of the Resistance if they contact us. But in the meantime, I'm at a loss.
At this point, he's like kind of like has like a copper coin that he's like rolling across his fingers, like, you know, the people that are very ambidextrous do, like kind of rolling it in between the fingers as he's like kind of like just thinking, and he's like, well, how about this? We could contact them, ask them a couple of things, but the thing is, they might ask us for a favor instead of something.
That we have no real way of contacting them either.
Well, we could just go to the place again and just go like, hey, we have a couple of questions. Just, we're a bit, you know, something. It's better than just sitting.
I believe we were instructed to wait.
How long were we supposed to wait?
It's been about 4 days, or if I wait, no. It's been about 6 days since your last interaction with the Dragonborn.
On the other side, I could go and mingle with the nobles and try to get information that way. But let's be fair, if I do that, I'm more getting rumors than anything. And he kind of like puts on his best noble accent. Oh, yes, dear. I've heard of this golden bird that is in the north that lays mystical eggs that grant you eternal life. And he's like, you get me?
I think that might be for you. I'm not really feeling it at the moment.
Well, no, I'm just more saying this is the shenanigans the noble tried to tell you.
Well, I suppose I could walk around town, spread some more rumors. That's about it.
Well, what would you spread rumors on?
Well, a certain young, dashing gentleman with the ability to control hands. It's that... That seems like a very strange coincidence.
Well...
Look, in the meantime, let's wait 1 day before we go talk to Franchester, and proceed after that.
Sure, I guess I'll try to find something to kill time with in the meanwhile.
As you say that, Jadir orders something to kill time with. The bacon blossoms.
You guys get drinks for free, so you can have as many bacon blossoms as you want.
he kind of goes, there is one thing on my mind, though. And perhaps we should do a control, quote-unquote, experiment on it.
All right, I'm listening.
Well, I've never kept the mask on for too long. So...
Weren't you just telling me not to experiment with, my thing?
Here's the difference. I'm not getting cut up. And the thing that I'm trying to test is an object that is not embedded within my...
I can't heal you.
We'll grab a healing potion or two. My treat.
All right.
On myself.
Well, then treat yourself.
Well, it's better than just
certainly
doing
an option. I agree. Might be worth doing.
Yes, the problem is we're going to have to find a room that will be left undisturbed for some time. Away from praying eyes. Prying eyes, whatever. We could do this during the evening at his situation. He is the most versed about these kind of things in his dungeon. So we could go early to sleep and stay awake the night.
Well, we've done similar things in your room before, and if not, people ask questions about it. Well, the floating butterfly takes many strange precautions and practices before they assume the stage.
Well,
you're an artist. People expect a certain kind of flamboyance from you. At this point, they'll be willing to excuse anything.
That sounds very concerning. But anyways...
Well, you have your hive mind of followers.
I think of a sandwich. Someone brings me a sandwich. Like, should I be concerned at this point?
All right. I suppose we'll shop for potion of healing and have Gerald don a mask. What could go wrong?
I teleport to another dimension as well. I also freeze time.
Oh, fuck. Do I still have the 2 rings? Or were they taken away from me during the surgery?
It's not, it's a dual ring that fits on 2 fingers.
Yeah.
You do still have it. Although, you get the feeling that Franchester might not exactly have given it to you. Like, to keep. Just based on your kind of interaction. But you are currently in possession of a golden band that it fits around 2 fingers at once.
Isn't it still inside you, though?
No, the
ring?
The rings. Yeah. The ring the Franchester gave me. Ring of spell storing modified?
Modified.
Could I? Yeah. What could I do with it?
You can make an Arcana check.
Oh yeah, we could actually.
Well, actually, no. You can just take 20. So this.
That's good because my Arcana was not very high.
So this is a modified ring of spell storing so normal rings of spell storing can hold up to 5 spells, 1st through 5th level. This ring has been experimented on and tampered with, such that it can only hold 1 spell, but the spell can be of any level. And if you're so Ring of Spellstorm works where basically any creature here, I'll put this into here.
Yeah.
I'll copy it.
It's fine. I'll drop a fireball in it.
All right.
Cause why not?
Yeah, why not?
For some reason, I thought it was still inside you.
Oh, the ring can store up to 5 levels worth of spells at a time. So yeah, so this just says this modified ring stores 1 spell of any level. Other mechanics work the same.
Lovely. But yeah, I'll drop a fireball on it, and as we shop around,
Yeah.
and prep for your little ritual, Joe.
Yeah, I have to remove. I think a normal potion is like 50.
God, I should know this.
It is 50 gold.
50 gold?
If you
Okay.
Go by. Yeah.
Yeah, then I just go down to 462. All right. So, yeah. Oh yeah, I gained a thing because I rested, but I only lost. I don't have one single here. There we go. There we go. Fix it.
Preparations aside, I think that we're perfectly fine doing it in your room. So
Yeah, we're just gonna have to cover
give
the
it
window.
a go. Close the shutters.
Do they have shutters?
You have curtains, actually.
No. Kind of figured.
Gotta love them.
All right.
You two specifically.
Tur-
Everyone else has shutters.
I wonder who donated those.
Who done it?
He snuck in while we were sleeping to put.
I made some slight modifications.
It's a plot hook. Let's go.
It's a
We
plot.
finally found it.
The mystery of the missing shutters. They call me the curtainologist.
He's actually a vigilante that goes around putting curtains instead of shutters around people's houses. But anyways, all jokes aside, so I buy 2 potions from just any general
Yeah.
place where I can. And basically, what is the time around when we get back?
7.
Alright. So, yeah, he's like, so, I'll put it on, you hold on to the potions. If I, quote-unquote, die, well, tough luck, I guess, for me, but this is the one lead that we kind of have at this point.
All right. Put it on and do some thinking.
Goes in the thinking pose? No. No, he's like, well, guess we're going for a little reunion again.
You
They
feel
kinda-
an excited anticipation as you pick the mask up out of the bag.
He's a little less worried about it than he should be, most likely. He doesn't know why. He's just,
Alright?
And yeah, he just puts it on.
You put the demon jester mask onto your face,
Mm-hmm.
and you look out through the eye holes, and you can see Jadir watching you in anticipation, clutching the healing potions.
And nothing happens.
You feel it's not something that you feel that you have an awareness of, like I have a change in sensations and I can feel this. You just naturally have this urge to be kind of tricky. Play you want to fuck with Jadir. Like you really want to fuck with Jadir right now.
I'm not even gonna do a wisdom check for that. I kind of just suddenly I go like, ah!
Gerald starts screaming in pain.
I will sort of toss the potions to the side on the
I
bed
kind of as
and
soon
sort of put one of my arms on Gerald's shoulder and then into the eye sockets put my put my fingers and just try to rip it back.
yeah.
You
but as
start
he
pulling on, yeah.
before he gets to do that, I'm like, ah! And immediately as he closes, I'm like, oh wait, no, never mind. Must have been the dinner. So it's like, ah! Oh wait, never mind.
You can tell that Jadir just like clenches his fist for a brief moment, and just like,
You feel a deep sense of satisfaction and joy. Is this the meaning of life?
To fuck with other people, that is the meaning of life.
In fact, the whole tavern could really use a bit of cheering up, if you know what I mean. Like, it's almost as like a spark of inspiration, something, an impulse you can barely control. The tantalizing. Like, why have you not done this yet?
Can I kind of peek through like a keyhole, all right, and
Like
try to
out-
see like downstairs, right?
Yeah, you can like look out into the hallway. I mean, you can't see down the stairs through the keyhole, but the hallway's empty.
Is there anyone in there?
In the hall?
Yeah, just walking by.
No.
Because he is aware
what are you
that
trying to do?
Gerald's just like looking through the keyhole, and then you hear, "Err!" and this kind of like, this fat old guy, not the same fat old guy that Jadir met in his female form, just kind of starts hobbling down the hallway, probably to go get some more drinks.
I am through the keyhole, casting suggestion.
What are you doing?
What's
He's like,
the save for
Get the
that?
mask off.
The save is. Why am I doing this? I'm such an asshole right now. The save is interesting. It doesn't say here. Where is it? There we go. It's 15. Oh wow, it increased.
Wisdom?
I think it is. Yeah.
Well, that's a 6.
Yeah. Oh, great. Because concentration up to 8 hours.
All right, what are you suggesting?
I want him. I suggest that he goes. Wait, actually, let me read the specifics before I go. Suggestion must be worded in such a manner as to make a course of action sound reasonable. Asking the creature to stab itself. Yeah, of course, I'm not going to do that. Fail save. It pursues course of action you describe to the best of ability. The suggested course of action can continue the entire duration. If the suggested activity can be completed in shorter time, its spell ends. All right. I want to suggest that he goes downstairs and smacks everyone on the ass while screaming, "Woo!"
All right, you hear like a as he goes down the stairs. Very like he has direction now, on purpose. It is only moments later that you hear a "Woo!" and like
And is he-
oh my, excuse like.
Does he do it to any?
Woo! And you hear a woman scream out like ah! And like another slap, like ow! Woo! After being restrained and beaten, like you can like after like only moments have gone by before like hey. You what you just fucking do to me? And then you hear like a bar fight just breaks out. You hear screams and shouts, the door people fleeing, doors slamming, glasses shattering. It's very cartoon-esque, and you're just kind of in. You hear your floor briefly shakes as something smashes through what sounds like a table and heavily impacts the floor.
In my book of vices, I am going to write down Gerald, the floating butterfly, indulges in silly pranks.
You feel elated, Gerald. You feel and you also feel like you should keep this mask on.
I'm guessing at this point I'm not even offered a wisdom saving throw.
It's not a save. It's just something that you feel. But it's up to you whether or not you choose to resist that sensation.
Like, what are you doing at the moment? He's like, you squatted down into the keyhole and like started giggling, and the floor is shaking. What's going on?
Nothing that we should worry about. I'm like, thunk.
You as you see this, Jadir, as he turns around and starts saying this to you, you are immediately have this sense of inner dread and creepiness as the mouth of the mask is moving in accordance to the way that his facial expressions and his voice is talking. So the mask itself is talking with the voice of Gerald. This grinning, demonic gesture mask.
I should not be this amused by this. I should be concerned, but I'm genuinely amused by this.
But it doesn't appear sinister. He appears to be legitimately joyful and at peace and happiness. It just seems
Gerald, you need to
off.
take the mask off now.
You don't want to take the mask.
I think you're having a bit of an episode. It's not good.
I swear I'm not looking at my spell list right now.
I want to subtle spell detect thoughts and hit up Gerald.
All right. Is there a save for that?
For surface level thoughts, no, but for the probing deeper, there is. But I'm also going to use 3 sorcery points to delve deeper and give you disadvantage on your save.
All right, Gerald, Gerald.
I've seen him do this, right?
Gerald, you're not making a save.
Okay. But have I seen him do this? Quick question. Have I seen him do this?
Yes.
I'm using subtle spell.
Oh, he's using subtle spell, so yeah.
Damn it!
So-
because I was gonna be like, as soon as I would have seen it, I was like, okay, let's think about something really fucking dumb.
With disadvantage, that is a 11 for the wisdom save.
My spell save DC is 15, so I want to delve deeper into Gerald's mind at this point.
So I don't get to resist, do I?
No.
I just know what you're thinking. That's,
Don't worry, Gerald. I can handle it.
All right.
So you delve into you subtly delve and you feel like your thoughts moving out of your mind, like some sort of like penetrating missile that moves around and right into the mask as you begin to gather the thoughts that lay there. And this is where we will take a 5-minute break. You probe deep into this mask. The mask itself, as you kind of break to its form psychically, the mask itself appears to be somewhat sentient. As you're aiming for Gerald's thoughts, which are masked by this mask, but not to such a degree that it can form. So the mask is somewhat sentient to some degree, but not to such a degree that it can form any kind of coherent thoughts. Yet, something lies beneath it that is obviously not Gerald. It is surprised immediately that you have managed to penetrate into its mind, and also finds it quite humorous and entertaining. Whoever's thoughts you're probing into, their current emotional state is one of great joy at the expense of others. Not sadistically, but without reverence for the independent lives that would be affected by whatever Gerald has just done. You hear a thought in your mind and know that it is aware of your presence within its thoughts. It doesn't carry a voice. You just get the thought that if laughter is the best medicine, then your face must be curing the world.
I love this mask. I love this mask.
This is so fucking creepy.
I love how he's like, oh, that's creepy. Meanwhile, me, that's hilarious.
It is pretty hilarious. I mean, you don't see what any of the things that are going on. But yeah, you're still cracking up at all that ass slapping and bar fighting going on downstairs.
All right, Gerald, it's
tooth!
time to take off the.
What did he say?
Gerald, the mask. Take it off.
Oh, we were having fun. Wait,
We.
does he say that? I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He's like, oh, we were having fun.
We.
Yeah, we.
Who's we?
We are we. What do you think? It's quite obvious, isn't it?
You need to take the mask off.
Ah, that's a bother.
It will become a problem if you don't.
Well, a problem depends on perspective, doesn't that? One's problem might be another person's boon.
The shape of the
You
mask
still,
is like moving in
squatting.
in his mouth. Is still smiling constantly, kind of like a bit of Joker-esque.
Are you still like squatting at the door?
Nah, I would assume that he's like facing you at this
Yeah.
point. Though he's every now and then leaning an ear next to the door to hear what's going on.
More of just socks and beatings and cries. My bacon blossom!
If truly bacons would blossom, then pigs would fly.
That is the funniest thing you've ever said.
Judy will punch Gerald in the face.
Wait, isn't punching part of strength to see if it hits?
Yes, I'm.
Make an attack roll.
He rolls a crit.
Nine.
That is just barely
Gerald,
missed.
Jadir walks forward as if just friendly, and then suddenly he, like, this poor pink frail tiefling swings a punch forward wildly, slamming into the door as you kind of just like nimbly step aside. Just like you feel, it's funny. It's funny that he just did this. This silly man.
Can I? This is gonna be... I'm gonna sound like such an asshole. I'm gonna enhance ability on him. And I'm gonna... Wait, let me see what it is. I put Fox's cunning on him, which gives him an advantage on intelligence checks. And I go like, there we go. Now that should help you. Don't worry. It's temporary. Basically, Fox cunning gives you advantage on intelligence checks. He's basically telling you to get smarter.
You feel really happy with yourself. That was a very smart and clever and funny thing to do.
The worst jokes ever.
It feels as if to do more things like this is just the purpose of existence.
I would have given you cat's grace, but to be fair, you're already stumbling around. I'd like to do as I do this, I would like to jump up and like kind of climb so I'm on the roof, like on like the ceiling part. Like
Okay. You jump up onto like the mini rafters?
eh?
Wait, you're trying to jump up?
Yeah, I'm basically using acrobatics to jump on the wall and jump across.
I have roll in acrobatics, yeah.
All right.
Before he does that, seeing that he's trying to bound away, I wanted to use Maximilian's Earthen Grasp to have your very shadow just reach out and grab your leg as you're going up.
All right.
All right.
It is a strength save.
Ooh, not good at those. But it's a 16.
But you succeed. I don't have the sorcery points to make you fail this one.
Okay, and then an acrobatics here.
Yep.
Just a default one. That's however a 9.
9. Okay, so you leap out of the way of the earthen grasp, and kind of bound off the wall. But instead of launching yourself the way you want to, you just like fly forward onto the bed and then just do like a backward somersault in playful joy.
I kind of stand up in the full like ta-da, and I'm like, now that's what I call going to bed. Now that's what we call going to bed.
At this point, I think Jadir is going increasingly agitated. He's just gonna try to take out like a water skin and just douse Gerald with it. Like you're in bed and just like pour it over you.
You can have a dexterity save for that.
Alright. Saving. Is it a dex saving throw?
Yes.
I'm proficient in that. 14.
14. Jadir, make a
Bucket.
acrobatics check.
11.
All right, so
Yes!
you grab your water skin and try and just throw it forward at Gerald, which sprays all over the bed, soaking the bed sheets. But Gerald nimbly just does a handspring and then a triple backflip, landing on his feet, taunting
Yeah.
you.
He's like, my, it looks like you wetted the bed.
This is the funniest thing in the world.
We must say you're not very good at this.
You need to take the mask off now.
Oh, we don't need to do anything, do we?
I think Jadir is just gonna try to grapple you and start punching you in the face.
All right, make a athletics battle. This poor 6 strength tiefling. He needed more
actually have a-
livers.
You actually have a decent chance to hit me, though.
I mean, I got a 5, so I doubt it.
Oh.
All right, you or make your check, Gerald.
What? He's just trying to hit my AC, isn't he?
No, grapple is a strength or athletics battle.
So acrobatics against his.
You can know this is athletics.
Oh, really? I thought you could use acrobatics to dodge it.
Can you use acrobatics to?
I remember.
It's contested strength, and if you want to try to dodge it, you can also use dexterity.
All right, I'll give you the acrobatics.
All right.
Yeah.
Because I remember Matt Mercer talking about this.
If Matt talked about it, then I'm not going to
That's
contest that.
probably wrong.
Yeah. That's
You might be wrong. I just
Matt's
remember
just the
that.
worst.
I know, but I just remember him talking about it, and it makes sense when you think
It
about
does
it.
make sense.
Yeah, 14.
14. You dive forward angrily, and Gerald just kind of does like a moonwalk to the side as you dive forward. You just like face plant onto the ground.
Oh my god.
May I roll a sleight of hand?
Yes, of course.
All right. I'm rolling to basically pull his pants down.
All right.
As he's running, basically. As I dodge him, I'm pulling the pants down.
What's your sleight of hand check?
14.
You may make a dex save, Jadir, versus DC.
I'm actually rolling horribly right now. It's just I'm very proficient
I
in
get a
it.
15.
You are
okay.
barely able to. He like undoes your buckle, and it like comes like there's a little bit of crack, but you're able to get him out of the way.
Okay, at this point, Jadir's gonna run out of the room, start heading towards the tavern's common room, and he's going to start yelling as he goes down.
All right. So
Eddie,
you walk downstairs into the most insane bar fight you've ever seen in your life. People are literally being thrown around. There's like several unconscious bodies on the ground. Tables have been smashed. Drinks are everywhere. The tavern owner is like nowhere to be seen, probably in some sort of nuclear bunker. You start yelling.
Do I see Eddie?
Eddie, let's just roll a d6. Odds or evens?
We're gonna go with odds.
That is a 1. You see Eddie in the middle of the tavern just leap forward and slam into someone with his butt, just like WWE, just like crush his head. He's just like full beast mode.
I think Jadir's gonna try to yell out to get Mr. Hall's attention.
All right, so Gerald, Jadir has just left the room and run downstairs. Is there anything you would like to do?
I'm thinking, do I expect that he'll come back?
This is all, I don't know. This is your character.
On what floor are we, and how close am I to the roof?
There are 2 floors, and you are on the 2nd floor.
Am I able to get on the roof through the
Yes,
window?
you could climb out the window and onto the roof.
You're going to hate me for this. I want to leave a prediction on the wall of a certain text. I'm not going to say it which. I want you to surprise him with it.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, so,
And basically, I'm going to the next...
Alright, make an acrobatics to see if you can successfully get onto the roof.
I am going to use my last enhance ability.
Okay.
So I'm out of spell slots, second level spell slots for now. Let me just fix that. There we go.
I was not expecting this to happen.
And I'm going to give myself Cat's Grace.
Alright.
And, yeah. And, which basically means Cat's Grace, the target has an advantage on dexterity checks. It also doesn't take damage from falling 20 feet or less if it isn't incapacitated.
Alright. Make your acrobatics check.
Acrobatics, so I have an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
25!
You effortlessly bound out the window, reaching behind you, and swing up onto the rooftop, leaving the room behind. Jadir, what are you trying to say to Eddie?
This is so fucking
This
chaotic.
floating butterfly is
Gorilla
beside
power.
himself. He's being attacked.
Eddie's gonna roll to attack you. He's just blind. He's like, you want some? Oh, that's a natural 2. I'm gonna give Eddie a non-wet. This will be a 7 to hit. And give him a plus 5. So
12 AC.
So this wild swing just comes forward, and Eddie he's drunk out of his mind, super in like the zone, full beast mode. He comes off of the person who just like crushed under his ass and does this crazy haymaker that you're able to like kind of duck underneath. And comes forward and lands on his face, and he turns over. He's like,
the butterfly, he's under attack.
make a persuasion.
All right. 22.
22. He kind of shakes his head and comes to his senses. He's like, the floating butterfly. I love that man. And he stands up immediately. Where to? It is at this moment where a giant beefy man body slams Eddie in the side. That's a 14 to hit, which definitely is gonna hit, as this giant other fat beefy guy comes forward and just shoulder slams into Eddie, who just flies forward onto his face. He then stands up and just immediately disregarding everything he just said to you, goes to punt him in the face with a 23 to hit. Eddie just kicked, like, just literally, like, kung fu kicks this dude in the face, who just, like, flies back, like, chin, and is immediately knocked unconscious. Eddie's just... floating butterfly! And starts running towards the stairs.
Janir will try to get everybody's attention nearby. It's like, after him! It's the floating butterfly is under attack.
Make another persuasion. With disadvantage.
I went from a 21 to a 10.
Yeah, people are definitely still too engrossed in battle right now.
Oh my
But
God.
Eddie is running up the stairs.
I'm going to try to keep doing that. Because I sincerely cannot do anything about Gerald.
Okay. So after your first attempt to get the entire tavern rallied, Eddie just yells at you from upstairs. Where is he?
His room.
Which room?
The one on the left.
Which one on the left?
Can you count?
1, 2. Is it
Don't do
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7?
3.
3! You hear a great crash as foot breaks through the door. And he enters a room. What does he see? Somebody wrote on your wall!
What?
Nice underwear.
Wait. It's not that. It's technically that. By the way, I just switched it. It's not the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so while this is going on, you land onto the roof. I'll say you have 3 actions.
Okay, so 3 actions. Let me just really quickly look at my spell list. What I can do. So I'm out of third, but I still have 2. No, I'm out of second, but I still have 2 third level. How many people? All right. So, wait. Does it allow if you do? I'm just trying to see what it does if you cast it at a higher level. All right. So it doesn't do anything. So, what I do, I go to the closest square, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the rooftops, by the way.
The
So I'm, like,
closest
jumping-
square?
Like where there's a lot of people.
Square. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a busy square, like the tavern is literally in the center of downtown. So there's a square right in front of the tavern, just currently crowded. Yeah.
I would like to take the hide action.
Okay.
Which I'm assuming I have to roll for.
You don't need to roll to hide. No one's trying to look at you. Yeah.
Okay, because I have an advantage on that, so I was gonna like us. Alright. But alright. So suggestion they have to know a language, if I remember right. Within effective manner sounds reasonable, throw any of the make success. Oh. Wait. They don't? Oh wait. The range creature that can't be charmed or immune to this effect. Creature that can see within a range that can hear. Alright. So I kind of like sling on and try to like whisper towards the either a guard or the biggest guy I can see.
Is suggestion like a magical message?
It's basically they have to hear me.
It's not a magical message. You imbue your words with it.
Yeah, basically you imbue. That's what I'm saying.
You're yelling from the rooftop?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Weirdo yelling from the
rooftops. Basically, I'll slink down, as I said.
Okay. Make an acrobatics to 6 to. Oh wait, it doesn't matter. You have Cat's Grace, so you can jump off the 20-foot roof without taking damage.
Yeah, and
seems fair.
Cat's
you
Grace
elegantly
really
land right in front of the tavern with a graceful roll.
Okay, may I take a stealth action before I do this? Because I don't want to be seen doing this.
Yeah, you can roll stealth.
Great, 21.
21. Yeah, you're pretty well hidden.
Alright, so I sneak up behind.
You have 1 action left.
Yeah, so I'm sneaking behind the biggest guy I see, and I basically whisper to him, this is gonna sound so mean. I whisper to him, go crazy. That's all he does. And that is a suggestion.
So what's the save on that?
15.
Well, that's a 7. So you slink into the crowd and whisper, go crazy, into this guy's ear, who just calmly continues to walk forward. At first you think nothing has happened until he picks up one of the carts selling like watermelons, breaks it over his knees, just starts like full gorilla going around the square. Before you know it, it looks like there's the tavern brawl has come all the way out into the square. The entire square is at war with itself right now. Watermelons are being thrown about. Cabbages crushed underfoot. You hear one voice cry out, "It's Jeremiah Kingsley!" All right, Jadir, what are you doing? Eddie just yelled down at you that someone wrote on your wall and that you have nice underwear.
I'm just gonna ignore him and try to recruit more people to go upstairs. I have no idea what the heck's going on.
I mean, make another persuasion check.
Yeah.
This is literally just how much chaos can I make?
18. You successfully persuade 2 familiar patrons of the Floating Butterfly to join your cause.
We'll heroically charge upstairs.
Right, you guys charge into the room. There is a message written on the wall with your expensive inks that have now all been used.
No, that's prestidigitation.
Oh, prestidigitation. My bad.
Yeah.
There's that looks to be looks like someone has used all of your expensive inks. And it says, "We went for a walk," and then in all caps, "Love us, ha 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 ha." Also, the window is open. You said he was in here. Maybe he's in room 4! As Eddie comes out, he like pushes you aside out of the doorway and kicks down the room across the hall. Waking someone up out of their sleep. Sorry! As he tries to fit the door back in the hinges that he just broke off. Door number 5, lads!
Jadir gives up. He's like, sorry. Just walks downstairs and tries to hop the bar and get a bottle and leave.
You hop over the bar. It seems that this is not the first time a massive brawl has broken out over the tavern. And where all the drinks are normally stored, there has been a steel kind of sheet pulled down to make sure no one nabs the drinks during the fight.
Is it like in a separate compartment or like
It's like underneath the counter. So you hop over the bar, and then it's kind of like I don't know, there's like the counter itself has the cabinets underneath it.
So it's like...
Okay, and then there's like a curtain of metal that's descended on the ground?
That's descended over them.
What's the ground made of?
Wood.
Wood. Of course.
It's a house.
It's a tavern.
Either stone or dirt. I mean, it's a freaking inn.
What kind of tavern? I'm not going to question that.
You have 2 actions before we switch.
Me or him?
No.
Yeah.
People, Eddie and the gang is still breaking down doors upstairs.
I'll find a glass and I'll shape water the alcohol into my glass.
Wait. Shape water the alcohol in? From where?
Yeah. From
So basically, he's trying to manipulate the water so it like floats up and goes into his glass through the metal.
All right, yeah, you could probably like pull some alcohol down out of like a little crack at the bottom and fill up your glass. As you expertly infiltrate this poor innkeeper's protection of alcohol from the bar fight. It's not that bad. He gave you free drinks anyways. Well, you could just take some
technically
more.
not stealing. I'm just free service.
You have a
I'm
full
really doing them a
glass
favor.
of mystery alcohol.
And a Jadir goes for a walk.
You're like, well, I give up. At least I can leave this brawl behind. And you open up the door, and the entire town square is just this mess of fight. Carts have been thrown. Like, just the entire town is in chaos.
For some reason, the hot spot of nightlife is filled with vegetables and crushed fruits underfoot.
There are a lot of crushed fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, I'm imagining my fancy new shoes. I'm just walking in
Your fancy new outfit with your wig.
Yeah.
A tomato flies out and slams into your face, splashing tomato paste all over your new white wig.
Takes a little bit. Bloody Mary.
Is there anything else you would like to do, Jadir?
I think whimper qualifies as a free action.
All right. So I guess it's my turn to shout. So, I am going to use Bardic Inspiration. I like how now, no matter what I do, it's like, oh no. And I don't have an advantage on this, sadly. And I am going to whisper to the guard while hidden. Like guards that are within the crowd trying to stop this.
Okay. Yeah, there's some guards in there trying to break things up.
I'm gonna use persuasion and whisper. They are rioting because they want guards to have higher pay. You should join them.
Is this suggestion?
No, this is like persuasion, like mixed in with a crowd.
Alright, roll sleight of hand first.
Sleight of hand. Oh, I have an advantage on that one. That is a 24 with...
Okay, now roll persuasion.
Great! I don't have...
It's good you have the cat's grace. This is definitely what I would consider reaching in more ways than one.
So I used my bardic inspiration for the persuasion, because I really wanted to succeed on that one. So it's 17 plus 5.
17 plus 5. Alright, 22.
Yeah.
So in the middle of the fight, and Jadir, you're just kind of observing this, drinking your tomato paste plus mystery alcohol, standing in front of the tavern, which is just windows broken. Like, one guy is literally hanging out of the window, unconscious, in the middle of shattered glass. The town in front of you is just in full riot. Fruits and vegetables are scattered across everywhere. Store owners are hiding in their stores, locking the doors. All the stores say, sorry, we're closed. The guards are in the middle of the square, say, hey, break it up, and then one of the guards stands up and starts talking to the other guards, and over the course of about a minute, hold on, we do deserve better wages. Quiet! There is now a fight in the bar. There is a fight in the town square, and the town square guards are rioting for better wages. What are you doing, Jadir?
Jadir sighs and walks over to the one gentleman who's sprawled out of the window, half, and just sort of lean over to him, and with the lapel of his jacket, wipe the tomato off his wig and leave. Not my circus, not my monkeys.
As you're walking just away, you notice there is a red dragonborn in kind of baggy clothing who was walking directly towards the tavern and then stops upon seeing everything that's going on. And then you notice out of the corner of your eye, it's looking at you. And then looking back at everything that's going on.
I will message the red dragonborn. What are you looking at?
You can reply to a message, right?
Yes.
Jadir?
Raises the glass in recognition.
The red dragonborn walks into an alleyway and looks at you as if to signal something.
It's a good reason I have my fancy underwear on. And I will proceed after them.
You disappear into the alleyway with this red dragonborn who kind of brushes past you as you come towards him, stopping side to side, you feel something slip into your pocket and says, "This is for you," and then continues walking.
Have a good evening. No?
Nothing is said in return.
How rude. Judy will find what passes for anything resembling a place to sit down that's clean, and we'll inspect what he's been given.
All right. You continue walking off down the streets. Perhaps some place will not be closed as you continue walking. Gerald.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. You're the double J's. I don't like this. Can you change your name to like Hadir or something?
Technically.
Gerald.
Just say.
But oh my god. Give me a second. I'm thinking what other mischief I can cause here.
You feel an adrenaline rush of joy and mischief. Like, you have so much power right now. You feel like God. Look at everything that you've done. You
Good
could turn this
idea.
kingdom on its head right now.
Good idea.
You are infallible.
Should we start a new religion? So,
Don't expect my input on that one.
what do I have? Technically, I still have one. No, actually. Wait, do I have 1/3 level left or not?
You use 2
Oh, I used 2 third level,
mhm,
right?
for
Alright,
healing.
so
Oh wait, no, you didn't. You guys went to
wasn't-
sleep since you did that.
I still have 1 left.
Yes.
I have 1 left. All right.
This does not bode well.
I need to find someone.
My city.
I need to find someone that looks good and proper, right? Basically, he looks semi like people would believe him.
You look around and see a well-dressed nobleman moving away from the situation as fast as he can.
Excellent. So,
All right.
I am going to, like among this chaos with my stealth, kind of run by him, and as I run by him, I really quickly utter the word. The god of laughter is among us. Praise him.
That's it?
Yeah, like praise him. Basically,
Is this
I
a
got
command?
no suggestion.
Suggestion. Again. Okay.
Yeah, because every time the chaos has started, I can turn off the concentration for that, because then the chaos has started.
It's true. One man awakes from his trance in the chaos, his shirt ripped open, confusedly looking down, and then at everything around him.
And that one guard. Wait a minute. Already, all the other guards are like, yeah.
You're like, we're protesting. Better wages, better wages.
So now I'm going for the nobleman, casting suggestion on him to the god of laughing is here. Praise him.
He stops for a moment as you.
Wait, he doesn't even
gleefully-
get a save?
Hmm?
Are you
Oh,
just
he
kidding?
does. He gets a save. Sorry, that was a 5. Great.
Oh,
Thank you for reminding me. He failed his save.
I'm not gonna cheat.
He, as you bound past, you whisper into his mind that the god of happiness is here.
The god of laughter.
Laughter is here, and that he should praise him. And the man stops for a moment, and then looks up into the sky in deep ponderance before continuing on his way home.
I do not do anything to break that concentration for 8 hours.
All right. Jadir, you eventually find, after walking through town for a significant time, this is an unusual occurrence in the town. Most shops are closed, but the Singing Swallow, about a half-mile walk from the square in which the mega brawl / protest has emerged, is open.
I'll find a booth and inspect what has been given to me.
You sit down in your booth and open up, grab your pocket. It is a scroll bound in string. You untie it and open it up. It reads, and I'll put this in chat as well. Underground, south entrance under bridge, left, right, left, forward, left, down the thin passage, open hatch, center at 90 right, 450 left, push plus twist left, climb ladder up, follow piping to meeting location, sunset tomorrow. And it's signed K.
What happened to the good grace of just tossing a bag over someone's head?
I am very proud of myself. I know I shouldn't, but I'm very proud of myself.
You look up from your message and see that there is a well-dressed nobleman coming into the tavern in deep thought.
I am so mean.
Indeed you are.
Hey, it's not me, it's the mask, I swear.
All the citizens of this town are complicit in slavery. You know, it's fine.
Like I said, not me, it's the mask, bro. It's the mask.
So, Jadir. That's what the message says. But the real question is, where is Gerald?
You misunderstand. The real question is, where can I find some amaretto?
Wait, what is that?
That's more alcohol.
Oh.
And then Jadir will retire in the Singing Swallow and screw going back to the tavern. The place might be burnt down by this point.
It is 1 gold for the night.
I will happily pay.
I
You
feel like I'm
retire to
ruined.
your luxurious bed and wonder if you'll ever see Gerald again. Thank you for playing in my campaign. I look forward to our next one.
Wait, no, wait, hold on.
You got the bad ending.
I'm assuming after the 8 hours, eventually, like, I take the mask off, satisfied. What is that face?
Let's see. I'll say, okay, here's what happens. A night of insane pranks, the most incredible. It feels that in a single night, you have exacted your influence on the city to such a degree that it is quite mind-blowing that this was even possible. You feel, and as it all comes to a conclusion with the bar fights, the street fights, the entire town in chaos, guards in some sort of protest for better wages, you eventually find peace meditating at the rooftops, just breathing in the chaos around you in a state of ecstasy and joy. And you eventually feel some part of the mask breathe out. And then you feel the wood on your face. The materials are it no longer feels that the mask is a part of you and that the sentience has left with a mock goodbye kiss. It is sunrise when you come to your senses.
I really wonder if that religion thing worked.
Who knows?
Yeah. So I kind of like look around me like, why am I on the roof? Like kind of a
married to a hag raven.
Wait, what? What? Hag raven?
Never mind.
I don't know what that is.
That's okay. It's sunrise, and you're on the roof of the clock tower in the middle of the city, looking down. It's about a 400-foot drop to the nearest roof. Feels like one last jest has been played on you.
I just think to myself, fair play. Fair play indeed.
Amazing.
So I'll spend a very, very long time getting down. Very long. Actually, I should be able to get inside the clock tower.
You can, with a successful acrobatics.
I don't think I have.
Don't fail.
No, I said I don't think I got a long rest, did I?
No, you didn't. Wait, no, you didn't. No,
Yeah.
you definitely didn't.
So, Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah, don't fail now. Otherwise, you'll end up
you're
as
still
a
just
watermelon.
Exhausted, conked out, sick and tired of this shit.
I
Do I
did my
have-
best.
Do I have a
Did.
disadvantage, or
No.
do I have? Okay, great.
For whatever reason, Gerald was invincible.
I'm just gonna say, he might have pulled the prank on me one last time,
Oh no.
but he flips him the middle finger.
Watch stream.
He flips him the middle finger.
I can't see. What did you get?
A nat 20.
Natural 20. You easily glide. First of all, are you taking the mask off?
Yeah, the mask, I basically just tuck it very tightly inside my clothes.
Okay. You gracefully, with ease, slide back into the clock tower and find yourself at the edge of a balcony with a door that you could open behind you.
By the way, I'm just really quickly checking because I did spend a Bardic Inspiration and I want to use it for something.
Mm-hmm.
And I rolled on Google a 6 for it, so that's a 32.
32 for acrobatics.
Yeah.
You successfully arrive at the bottom of the tower. Good job. You run, you sprint. Like, a 32 in this game is like, you break the laws of physics. I'm just you sonic run down the side of the building and just stop at the bottom. People are looking at you like, what the fuck just happened? Like, one guy literally like, what the fuck was that?
In the corner of the square, Kirito clenches his fist.
By the way, Finn, before we continue, I am so sorry.
I don't care. That was great.
All right.
Somewhere, Lucifer the assassin is thinking to himself, he found the immortal blade of anime, didn't he?
By the way, I love how when I get unlucky, it's at like the best possible situation.
It is.
Like, I can't do like mundane things for shit. But when it comes to the really
That has been a bit of a theme, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like literally the opposite. He has been managing like every single mundane thing, nails it. Important roles, it's a 3.
Well,
Mundane. I couldn't even get a mask off of you this evening.
and almost
know
got
what
your
to-
pants pulled down.
Yeah. If you guys want, I can switch because like it is a bit concerning that I'm rolling that well on the
No.
side.
This is how we do it. You need this. You need this. Trust me.
All right, I'm just really hoping that this side is not buggered, and it's just giving me its fucking blessing.
It's fine. So, sunrise streaming in through the cloud cover at the base of Mount Yarden in Brad Baisa. You have just sonic run down the side of the entire clock tower with a 32 acrobatics. You have no idea where Jadir is. Jadir has no idea where you are.
I basically go around asking for him.
You eventually find Jadir. And, Jadir, you see as you come down the stairs of the Singing Swallow, Gerald is waiting for you.
I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble.
I think immediately Jadir just turns around and walks back up the stairs.
I'm like, wait, Jadir, where are you going?
Unfortunately, it is midnight for me.
Yeah, I was about to say. And that is
Uh,
where we will end our session. Welcome back, you guys.
I know, right? So much for getting things done, right?
Well, I technically got things done.
Lots of things happened.
We avoided lots of things happened. Plot.
Now, think about it like this. We can take an advantage of this later on.
How?
Well,
We'll
that's
find
other-
a way.
Yeah, we'll find a way. We're basically con artists at this point.
Just now, not
Just now.
the 30 hours before this point.
Well, technically, we pulled our weight and weren't really conning anyone. At this point, it kind of feels like we're becoming con artists.
I disagree with that assessment, given the totality of what we've encountered in this campaign. I think
Conned anyone?
we've done nothing other than that, except for the brief period we were trying to die in a desert or jungle. Yeah.
Huh. I didn't really think we conned anyone. Oh, wait, no. Dragon. What is it?
You're just a group of regular, honest paladins
Wait, I'm
spreading good and justice.